Hello? Hello? Anyone's here? How do you do, guys? How do you do? Von Clark the Shark and Zikaruski. What is up? How you doing, homies? Man, I got my new headphones today and I forgot to pick them up. Damn, I got fucked. Apple is an officer in the Red Empire? Easy. Easy. How do you do, Meconium? Man, we have a good day today. Yeah, hey there, Vidor. What is up? Everyone has been talking about this. I'm sorry being late on this. I don't know, I just kind of forgot to watch it. This is definitely an important video. We all need to watch it. I haven't watched it. I wanted to save it for a genuine first impression with y'all. I think it's going to be a fun one. Let's wait 5 minutes. 5 minutes until everyone would arrive to the stream. Apparently this guy infiltrated the most toxic guild in World of Warcraft, which is probably just the average guild. Maybe it's the guild that I was part of. Yeah, ready for the deep dive into degens? It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a great stream. We're gonna watch this video. Apparently you had a follow-up, so it's a good opportunity to go on that. And then we have a mad season show video. A fine ending to such a day. I really didn't want to play anything today. Because I had such a rough day at work. I just don't feel like playing anything. Just chilling with the homies. Reacting to what you guys have wanted from me. Wait, let me check if any one of you recommended a video that I might have forgot about. No, okay, good. So we watched all the viewer recommended stuff. Anyway, tell me, how do you feel, guys? How do you feel today? Are you ready to watch some greatness? Ah, man, I can't believe I'm so stupid I forgot to pick up my new headphones. Ah, fuck. Dude, like, these old headphones, they're cringing me out. It's crazy. Basically, there's like a flickering sound in the left earbud. Drives me crazy. Oh, hey there, Rumatov, how do you do? Oh, the event for Black Desert happened was the best one ever? Really? They announced anything special? More jiggle physics? Or better jiggle physics? Interesting. If I knew anything about Black Desert, I would have checked it out, but I guess it's only for the people who know something about it. So it's not really my deal, but I'm glad it was good. Drama Reacts News. Classic. Classic. Imagine if this channel was about actually playing World of Warcraft. Imagine if we had one single version of World of Warcraft we could have all played together that we haven't played 10 times before. Or just don't want to play. Imagine. How crazy would that be? Man, I'm so... Like, I've been thinking about this. I really want to open a guild in World of Warcraft with all of you, like I'm doing in Guild Wars 2. And it can be so much fun, man. Like, we can raid together, we can do all sort of fun stuff, but there isn't a version of the game that I want to play. You'd have several hundred viewers. Ah, I don't know. I guess that's what I really want for myself. But there's nothing to play, dog. Like, there's nothing to fucking play. Holy shit. There's not a single version of World of Warcraft that I actually genuinely want to play. Did another e-girl plane hit the WoW towers? No, I think it's actually worse. A guy went undercover and exposed the most toxic guild in World of Warcraft. Which is, again, probably my previous guild. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much everything, including one-sided war declaration for guild. The most free stuff ever. Oh, damn, that's nice. Okay, cool. I might check it out off stream. Sounds interesting. Well, yeah, God bless. God bless. I think TBC is going to have some catch-up mechanic in Phase 3. I thought about starting TBC, and then I was like, I'm not going to grind keys again. Like, I'm just not gonna do that. Like, it's... I really want to play TBC, but I also really don't. So it depends. If it will have catch-up mechanics in Phase 3, maybe. I don't know. I've never played it. Never played what? TBC? WoW stole having guilds from Guild Wars? True. True. Yeah, WoW stole having guilds from real life, which stole it from Guild Wars. True. Even truer. God damn. Everything, listen, every single thing is like stolen. Nothing is real. It was 3 hours, don't bother, you won't get any if you don't play BDO. I mean, I still like to check events from other games because it's like cool, I love the hype and stuff. Are you gonna continue Living World Season 4 today? No. Today is World of Warcraft Day. We're gonna watch some interesting, very interesting videos. Even if you're a Guild Wars 2 player, I think you will enjoy them. It's about a guy who infiltrated the most toxic guild. I think it's going to be really fun. His videos really blew up recently. It's from just 7 days ago. Nothing new around the sun, or something like that. Yeah. Nothing new under the sun. Yeah, it's, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm dying to play World of Warcraft, I just genuinely cannot. Like, what the hell can I do in TBC that would be fun? I thought of it. I thought about playing Pandaria because I didn't play that. Also, I really want to play TBC because I didn't do Black... Oh, fuck, what a voice crack. I didn't do Black Temple. But what the fuck am I going to do? Like, am I going to play TBC? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, I really don't want to grind keys again. I really don't want grind keys again. And also, like, raid logging, and it's like... It's going to be extremely boring content. I don't think it will be fun. I think the most fun in World of Warcraft is when you create your own guild, and we can all have fun together like we do in Guild Wars 2. There's like an RP raid cringe. What? Really? Wait, that sounds kind of good. That sounds kind of good. What does that mean? Sounds funny. Why is it called Black Temple if Illidan is purple? Is he racist? Yes. Yeah, well, yes. Exactly that. And also because the temple is quite literally black. But it is what it is. So, it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. I don't know. I'll see. If Phase 3 has catch-up mechanics, I might just do that. Hyjal? Really? I don't really know. Oh, you mean like the entire... I didn't do Hyjal. I didn't do Hyjal. That's why I kind of want to play TBC. I just want to experience those stuff. Maybe I'll think about it. But I really don't want to give Blizzard any money. And, like, I really don't want to grind keys again. I really don't want to grind keys again. I don't want to grind keys. And like, whatever the fuck. By the way, this video is a bit cringe on both sides. A lot, actually. Oh, you watched it? Okay, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I think it's going to be a funny one. I'll text Holly. She will comp you. Based. Actually based. I mean, I'm glad people like the new shorts and stuff. I think the shorts that I've been, I did one short and I think it did really well. I'm going to start doing shorts more often, like literally every week. I think it would support the channel a lot. You'll have fun with it, I promise, I guess. The WoW players, of course, they're a bit cringe. You're talking like Guild Wars 2 players aren't cringe, which is insanity. Guild Wars 2 players are the most cringe. I enjoy WoW TBC just for the leveling. I like leveling characters in Classic a lot, especially on PvP servers. Kind of worthless to worry about endgame when Wrath Classic Plus right around the corner. Yeah, you're 100% right. That's, like, true. I agree with you. But at the same time, it's like I already did that before. And the thing I haven't done are the difficult, like the late game raids. And I don't want to farm from them again. Like, you understand? Just ban the whole guild and all accounts. Don't tempt me. Just came here for Angora Crater. Yeah, classic. Classic. Angora Crater. Bro, you know how much I love that zone? Everyone fucking hates it. I love Angora. I love Angora. You will see everyone in the video is cringe as fuck. Let's wait and see. Listen. Fuck, how do I say that? My opinion on cringe is this. This is my position on cringe. There's funny cringe, and there's cringe. Depends which type of cringe you're talking about. I might have a bad or very good time. There are 2K people watching Josh Strife Hayes talk like James Bond and level in Classic. Bro, Josh Strife Hayes, I fucking love his videos so much. As a streamer, I just couldn't watch him. I tried, and like, no shade, he's a phenomenal content creator, but man, he really likes talking. That's great. He uses video games as background for speaking, and like, I appreciate that. That's who he is. I appreciate that, but I just find it hilarious because he barely interacts with everyone. So it's kind of funny, at least from what I've seen. But he's a great guy. I really love his videos. He's very analytical. I actually love that. I always loved, like, deep dives and all of that stuff. Yeah, so it's cool. I love Angora. I love dinosaurs based. So edgy? No, he's not edgy. He likes talking. Like, he just loves MMOs. He played MMOs his entire life. So he just loves speaking about it. He uses video games as background for him to speak. He doesn't really play video games. Not just correcting my comment? Bruh. Okay. Still. Nice save, Umartov. Not nice save. Okay, I think we're kind of ready. To start the video. Am I allowed to grab a singular glass of water before we begin? I don't want to voice crack. I feel like I'm about to voice crack. I don't want to. No? Fuck you, bitch. I'm not going to voice crack, dude. You'll laugh at me. I'm going to drink. 1 second. I'm back. It's time. Oh, fuck. Okay, let's see. Let's turn this off so you guys can hear. And there we go. Man, it's a long one, but we're gonna have a fine day today. That's for sure. This would pretty much should be the whole stream. So if this, let's make a calculation. If this is a 52-minute video, how long am I going to make it? Damn. Oh, wow. It's probably going to be a late night stream, boys. 90 minutes? You're being generous. You're being moderate. No, sorry, you're being moderate. 4 hours? I think you're about right. Okay, anyway, let's get this train rolling, boys. I've been looking out for this video. I know I'm slightly behind, but I haven't watched any of it, and I'm genuinely glad that this man made a video about my guild. No, I'm just kidding. I had the most toxic guild in the world, and I have absolutely no idea how this guy is going to reveal something even worse.
You guys are probably wondering where I've been, because I haven't been streaming a whole lot lately. Well, the truth is, I've been dealing with this severe, crazy online harassment / bullying campaign against me that has, for lack of better words, made me want to disappear completely from the face of the earth. Because of this, I had to take some time off to go undercover.
Really?
To infiltrate the most toxic guild in World of Warcraft and show you all exactly the types of people that we're dealing with. But before we get into all that, I need to give you guys a little bit of history to show you how I got myself in this mess to begin with. So let's start from the jump. So it all started here in the Night Slayer PvP Discord server. Specifically,
Night Slayer. Okay, that name alone is a little bit of a red flag, but okay. Okay, let's wait and see.
in an especially toxic channel they have here.
By the way, I think I'm safe enough to say my old... never mind. I'm not gonna say my old guild name. It was so toxic, dog. Like, I don't want to say it. One day I'll do the reveal when it's a little bit less fresh. It's not going to be today.
Called PvP Salt.
It was so toxic.
The Night Slayer Discord
immediately
is supposed
went out
to be
of
a gathering place for players of the Night Slayer PvP server in order to find groups, raids, etc. But it's unfortunately become a place to spread hatred. The Night Slayer Discord is owned and ran by this guy, Poppy Putin, who is also the guild master of the most toxic guild in World of Warcraft, the Red Empire. Make note of that, because that's really important information that we're going to be going back to real.
I love how those people always self-report. It's like whenever you see a stupid comment online, you go to the person profile and it's an anime picture. You just know. You know.
Soon. A few months back, I was in that PvP Salt channel talking literally about double rogue arenas with somebody and how much fun the comp is, when all of a sudden this guy, Coach, otherwise known as Hundo, starts spam replying to all my messages in there saying stuff like Nightman is racist. Now, I'm not a fucking racist. I've never said a racist thing in my life. I've never said even something remotely sus on stream. They have nothing. It was said purely just to rage bait me. And as someone who's a leader of a guild master, someone who's trying to make it as a streamer, someone who also is the owner of a big Discord server, I put a lot of effort and time into keeping racists and homophobes out of my community. So I'm
okay, who said that? Urmatov? Yeah, you're right. This is cringe. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie,
the
rage bait got me. It triggered me, and I talked a little shit back to him. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
He got
One of the
rage
arguments
baited.
I made
Oh
back
my
to the
God.
guy was, if you're gonna call me a racist, then I might as well just call you a child, because that's the same logic you're using on me, just pulling up.
No, you're trying to be logical with rage baiters. No, no. Oh man, this guy is too pure to be on the internet. Oh, we need to give him like those limiters where you can only access certain websites. He needs to have some restrictions. Like, no way he actually fell for that. That was a low tier rage bait too. I know, because I'm the master baiter, and like that ain't it, Chief. You should never fall for that.
Rumors out of thin air. Poppy Putin, who is this guy's guild master and also his close friend, didn't like that I said that to him, so he banned me from the Discord, and I've been banned ever since that day. Whenever you ban someone from a Discord server, it gives you the option to delete all the past messages of the person you're banning for the past 24 hours or however long you choose. So when he banned me, he deleted all my messages from this conversation that I'm talking about, and that's why I have no screenshots to show you of the conversation in which I'm referring to, except for this one where he somehow found an IRL picture of my girlfriend from when I took her out on a date to the arcade, in which he then AI changed to show her in a bikini and then posted it in the PvP Salt channel in a 30,000 plus member server Discord full of degenerates. Someone who I know may have had some choice words to say with that person after that picture was posted. But you tell me what you would have done.
Okay, that's actually disgusting. But again, this is why you never put pictures of anyone you know and love and cherish out there in the open. You never ever do that. Don't do it on your profile picture. Definitely don't do it on Discord. I know, because there's a price of putting yourself out there. I'm fully aware of it. Whenever I started, not streaming, I started making videos before I streamed. Whenever I started making videos, I fully accepted the price of just putting myself out there. I get racial comments by the day. It is what it is. I laugh at it. Sometimes I cringe at it. But I always try to make the best out of the worst situation, because I accepted this. I knew that this was coming. There's a price to being a certain person on the internet. And by the way, this isn't like unique to me. No matter how you look, sound, whatever, someone will find something on you to make sure he can clown on you in a derogatory manner. It's inevitable. That's just the internet. But you need to accept that price before putting yourself out there.
Me, obviously super pissed off from having my girlfriend posted in the Discord server and then being banned by the Discord
It's kind
owner.
of his fault,
into my own
you're
Discord
right,
server and went into the guild announcements channel, and I made a post saying that basically if any guild member in Most Wanted is seen collaborating with the Red Empire, it'll be an immediate G-kick. We no longer associate with them. Poppy Putin saw this, and this is where all hell broke loose. The dude fucking lost it. Almost immediately after I made that post, Poppy Putin then made his own post in his own Discord server with a link to my Discord server instructing all of his members or goons to spam my server. All of a sudden, dozens of people started flooding my server, spamming racial slurs in every channel. They then screenshotted the slurs that they posted in my server and used it as their evidence, saying I'm racist because this is the type of stuff that I let happen in my server. After an entire night of getting my Discord spammed with racial slurs, we finally banned about 36 people, and the spamming stopped momentarily. But that wasn't enough for them. They started spamming my social media, every single account I have on every platform. I tried to ban them all, but it's still happening for months. I think they just keep making new accounts. They then took the harassment into the game. They began to spam whisper my guild members with claims that I am racist, among other things. This didn't happen once, this didn't happen twice, this went on for weeks and is still going on till this day. Myself and my officers still get constant reports about receiving these messages from them. They took it to general and trade chat, all the way down to shouting it as an entire guild 40-man group from the rooftops repeatedly in Orgrimmar. They literally created a guild called Nightman is a Racist and started spam inviting anybody they could find. At one point, they had like 50 people online.
Bro, that's the pettiest stuff I've ever heard in my life. These people, I bet they're children. I bet, listen, there's two ways this can go. Either they're in their teens and they're super bored, or they're balding men rotting inside of their mother's basement. It's either two extremes. They're not a probable, competent members of society. They're not contributing to the world, and that's all they do. It's pretty much it.
Poppy Putin was very
no two ways about it.
Reminding his guild members to keep up with the harassment. These screenshots were shared with me of him constantly reminding his guild members to harass us both in-game and in Discord. Before I created Most Wanted, I was in another guild called the Crossroads Caravan Co. The GM of that guild's name was Sledgehammer, and now he's actually an officer in the Red Empire. So I reached out to him early on, basically pleading, asking him to see if he can get through to them to stop with the harassment. They took a screenshot of our conversation, posted it in their Discord, and then laughed about it. I literally cannot shake this Poppy Putin dude. He is everywhere I go. I can't even talk in a Twitch streamer's chat anymore.
Don't shake him off. Farm him. Farm the living daylights out of him. By the way, good job doing that, because this video already has many views. So unironically, all of these idiots, you farmed them and they gave you money. It's perfect. It's a win-win scenario for you. But instead of being sad about it, make a meme video about it. Make it funny. Make them look like the idiots they are. Well, I mean, you're already making them look like fools. Well, they did all the job themselves. But make sure you accentuate that. Make sure you lean more into the farming them like the fools they are. That way, not only you get to double dip, you're actually like triple dipping. You're humiliating them, you're getting more views, and you're getting more money. It's a win-win-win scenario. You cannot lose.
Because he's gonna be there just lurking, waiting to spread false rumors about me. Anybody who streams on the server, he's in their chat just waiting. I
just
can't
like
even
that.
hang out with streamers while they're live anymore, because Poppy Putin will send people to try and gain access to their comms to harass me in their streams. Like what happened when I raided Nax Ramus recently with No Hit Jerome.
Hey, Nightman, why you dodging, doxing, fucking?
I'm talking over top.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, obviously. Man, the classic.
They did that in front of like 350 people, by the way. And let me pause just to note, this is the owner of the whole server Discord. This is supposed to be an outstanding member of the community. How can we all just stand by and watch as someone like this stands at the helm of the community that represents all of us? And that leads me to the next shit show. Remember this part where I said he owns the entire Nightslayer Discord server? Well, I wasn't giving this asshole the reaction that he wanted. All of my guild officers advised me not to do anything, so I just ignored it. I didn't say anything. I told my guildmates to report them and to just ignore them. So Poppy wasn't satisfied yet. This dude goes to the Nightslayer Discord and he makes a massive hate thread about me, making all sorts of crazy claims, all of which I will be addressing at the end of this video. And then he pings the entire fucking server, all 30,000 of them. And this is where it gets real
and there are
cringy.
a lot.
They started using AI to change my logo and put me in a clan suit. They started hunting down anyone in my guild that also streams, and then started posting their links in the thread and used that thread to flood their stream with people to harass them. They use endless slurs all over the place in the thread. Anyone that came to my defense in that thread, Poppy Putin pretty quickly banned.
Oh, it's
and
dookie.
Eventually he told everyone in the server that was in my guild they had 24 hours to leave, otherwise they would also be kicked from the server. And the unfortunate thing is, it was forced to leave otherwise.
TikTok, look, bro, who is that guy? Oh my god, it's so cringe. It's so cringe, and you know this guy would never have the balls to show how he looks like because everyone already knows how he look. Everyone knows that he's a balding dude with pubes on his face, fat as hell, and that is why he's hiding. That's why he's cowering behind all of these memes, behind all of this stuff. You know that. Bro is heavy breathing. I know that. It's so cringe.
Otherwise, they would also be kicked from the server.
Why are you assuming it's a he? True.
And the unfortunate thing is, it was working. There were
True.
people that were leaving my guild because they were tired of being harassed. It was going on for days at that point. They were over it. So how come I haven't said anything about this? It's because they have my fucking address. How do I know
What?
that? Well, let me tell you. On November 10th of 2025, I paid a fellow guild member in Most Wanted named Care Camp $300 to help me develop an add-on for the Most Wanted guild. Unknowing to me, when you PayPal someone, it shares your entire address down to the apartment number. I didn't realize
know
this till
that.
months later. Not long after that, Care
That's
Camp got
crazy.
into a petty argument with my girlfriend, who is also the vice GM of our guild, over some bullshit, and he ended up quitting the guild over it. Turns out he hated us the entire time. Because lo and behold, the second there's some PvE drama in Most Wanted and people crash out and leave the guild, guess who buddies up with that person to give them my address? Care Camp. Yeah, that's right. There was some PvE drama in Most Wanted. A group of people got together and said, fuck Nightman, and left the guild together. As soon as Care Camp found out about that, he became all buddy-buddy with them. Next thing I know, a whole bunch of people have my address. How can I confirm that? Because this person told me so. This is Cutnex. Cutnex is also an ex-Most Wanted member. Cutnex told me verbatim that he was there when Care Camp was actively doxing me. To be fair, Cutnex seemed to have my back despite leaving Most Wanted.
And by the way, mind you, I'll remind you once again, I've said it before and I'll say it every single time whenever there's doxing involved. There is literally 0 reasons to dox someone unless you want them to physically get hurt. 0 reason. The only reason you dox someone is because you deeply want some delusional person out there to do something with the address. There's no other reason. Nothing will come out of doxing that is good. The only reason you dox someone is because you want them to suffer in real life. And that's, like, it's not even deplorable. It's straight up illegal. Straight up illegal.
So I appreciate him coming to me with this information. The person who continued spreading my address after Care Camp was Expanse. I know this because I was contacted by my literal arch nemesis from Classic, who used to stream snipe me every day, Ugg, to share with me that Expanse had came to him thinking that he would want my address. This dude had pictures from my mother's Facebook of my girlfriend, of me at Christmas, of my sister's wedding. Dude, what the fuck? You know what? Shout out to Ugg. You're a real one after all. Ugg strong. So what does all of that have to do with the Red Empire? They were approached with my information as well. I know this because Poppy Putin himself posted about this in the Night Slayer PvP Discord. He unfortunately deleted the comment before I could get a screenshot of it, but what I do have is screenshots of the person who approached him with my information confessing to it when my girlfriend called her out in a Twitch chat. This chick flat out admits to all of it. Oh yeah, and that chick fatherless? You guessed it, another ex-Most Wanted member. Fortunately, nothing ever happened with people knowing our address, and since then, me and my girlfriend moved to a different area. But it was scary, man. My girlfriend doesn't even want to take her dog out at night anymore. This is real shit, man. This isn't a joke, and it's all over a video game. So why should you believe me? I've given you a lot of information, but it seems so have they. At this point, from the outside looking in, it seems like a whole lot of he said, she said. That's why I infiltrated their guild, to show you guys firsthand that everything I'm saying about these people and their
Vengeance
character
time.
is true. So how did I infiltrate them? That part was easy. First, I needed a new character.
Pretend to be a racist. It just, oh damn, okay, you're in. Just wear the Hassan flag and that's it. Like just pretend that you love Hassan and everyone will be like, oh dog, that's crazy. I love him too. and you'll immediately be accepted and probably be made a member.
The Red Empire
Pretend? Yeah, pretend.
loves to world PvP, so of course I chose the best world PvP class.
Just Raiden, go full Raiden on your dog, and you're like, oh, okay, now it's fine. It's fine, like the fatality. Man, I love the memes that came out of it, but poor Kaya. Holy shit.
A mage. I even leveled engineering to 300 to make myself more appealing for them. Next, I chose the most brain-dead PvP spec I could find, Palm Pyro. This ensured that I could blow up noobs with ease without any practice whatsoever. After dialing in my UI and getting some gear, I was ready to go. The mage was ready to go, but I still needed a way in. I didn't yet have a plan. Soon enough, the perfect plan revealed itself. Poppy Putin announced a huge server-wide PvP event in the Night Slayer Discord set for July 5th, the invasion of Orgrimmar. And there it was, my golden opportunity to get in. When the invasion comes on the 5th, I will be there, lurking.
You got him.
The night of the 5th came swiftly, and as promised, I headed to Orgrimmar, prepared to infiltrate their organization. I received intel that invites for their guild event had begun to go out. It's now time for action. I whispered them saying I was interested in the guild event, and not long after, I was in the raid group. But this raid group was for the public. I needed to go deeper. Next, I had to infiltrate their communications. Using an aged Discord account in which I had sourced and prepped beforehand, I was able to gain access to their comms via the link they posted for the raid. And there he was, right in front of me.
How many do we have spots?
Oh, can we hear him?
Putin. The rest of this video is going to be pretty shocking, and I want to note that it may be triggering for some. So please proceed with caution.
You're watching
the version of this
censored
video
version?
that you're watching has likely been censored, so if you'd like to see the uncensored version for further proof, please check the description of this video.
Nah, I don't want
It
problems
wasn't
with
long after
YouTube
that
and
when
Twitch.
Poppy Putin's hate speech had begun.
This is going to be the largest realm event that this server has had. I saw
Let's rewind that. Listen carefully.
Had begun.
this is going to be the largest realm event that this server has had. I saw this in a prophecy that we were going to
Let's do it again. Let's do it one more time.
the largest realm event that this server has had. I saw this in a prophecy that we were going to beam all of these transcend.
Anyone here surprised? Anyone in the chat surprised, by the way? Anyone? Like, please. Like, tell me right now. Is anyone surprised? Or am I just deluded here? What's your guys' opinion of this? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Probably. Let's see. I think I have a thing here. Wait a second. There it is. I think I have the appropriate thing. What's the problem? Oh, there is no problem. There is no problem. Sorry. Maybe it was just me.
Actual liberal alliance player. And if we have any rat from Big PvP, we are a better guild than you. We are absolutely going to beam the fuck out of you. You are not going to kill a single fucking person in these 7 fucking raids. The Jajas will unleash blizzards down upon your children for thousands of years.
Oh my god.
What the hell did I just walk into?
Oh my god, bro makes my skin crawl so hard I'm about to turn white. Jesus.
Wow, what a great speech from the owner and leader of the Night Slayer Discord to get us pumped up for the
Largest realm event that this server has had.
real nice. Of course, it wasn't long until the racial slurs came out, hard R's and all.
He's just spamming ad breaks now. Don't give him revenue.
Yeah, fuck that stream.
He sounds like a WoW
Damn.
god.
Hard R and all.
The average
Holy
WoW
crap.
player.
How are you gonna invite the entire server to a PvP event and then drop hard R's before it even starts? But hold on a sec. Let me point out one thing. I am being accused of being a racist by someone who uses the hard R proudly in front of the entire server. Can you see now how fucking ridiculous this shit is? And people are believing it. There will always
I thought he was about to say it too. I was my heart skipped a beat there. Like I have the okay shit.
be a small amount of
Almost
people who
scared me.
believe that shit without proof. But that's the entire reason why these
Imagine
people
how
do
funny
this
that
shit.
would have been.
This is the dark side of the internet. The people that see it in my
That's not even remotely close to the dark side of the internet, brother. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry for constantly pausing too. I try to pause less, but this isn't even close. Listen, I was a kid that grew up with unrestricted access to the internet. I've seen the dark sides of the internet. You can't even mention it here. This is child's play.
comments, the people that see it
It's
in Facebook
nothing.
groups, the people that see it in Twitch streams, the people that see it shouted from the roofs of Orgrimmar, they don't know that this guy's a proud racist. But you know who they will think is a racist? Me. It wasn't long after
Who
Poppy
cares?
said the hard R himself that he instructed everyone in every race.
Why do you care about the opinions of some Boglamites? Like, truly, who cares? I think all this comes down to this guy is just unable to emotionally, then what is the word that I'm looking for? Just handle this, right? Just cope with this. Emotionally cope with this. I don't think he's ready for the internet. I wasn't joking at first when I said this. I think he's just a little bit too soft. I do like him. He's a great guy and he's a great speaker. But, dog, I don't think you've been on the internet long enough. Like, this has been since the age of time, like dawn of men, okay? This is normal. Maybe I played too much Counter-Strike back in the day. I'm just used to it.
To start shouting that Nightman is a racist in Orgrimmar once again.
Let's get a /yell. Nightman is racist.
Yeah, it's like, it's nothing too big.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Actually,
Damn, that's insane.
we're gonna have Blizzard Wrath upon them. Cringe. Ah.
That shit hurts, man. You know, I attach my identity to this whole content creation thing, and then to have someone just tear it down right in front of you because they don't like you, it fucking hurts.
Oh man, they
But you know what would make you
coordinated
feel better?
spam attack in chat.
Some gold. You are not going to believe this shit. So the Alliance were taking forever to get to Orgrimmar. At this point, we didn't even know if they were going to show up. So in order to keep people in the raid groups and to stop them from just leaving, Poppy Putin would periodically roll off different amounts of gold for people to win.
Didn't have every raid roll for 200 gold.
I rolled a 97.
Oh, dub?
I rolled a 97. They said they're gonna have every raid roll, and then the winner gets 200 gold. And I rolled high as fuck. Imagine I take their gold.
Everyone who won, you can trade me.
Yeah,
at the palm
Groovy, you're
tree
right
there.
about this.
I'm gonna go trade him.
Iliad, Peanut, Hominy, Missoura,
It's me.
Flash.
Let's go.
He's giving him money.
200 gold.
He's giving him money.
Let's
Oh my
fucking go.
god.
Here, Poppy. Let's go. I got it.
He got him, he
my
got him. I should
God.
move myself, right?
Let's go. Yup,
guys can
that's
see a
right,
little
Poppy Putin. I took your gold. And guess where it went?
Actually, it's
Right
fine. I'll keep myself
into
here.
the most wanted guild
So you
bank.
can see the screen.
Much appreciated. Deposit.
Bro, he owned him.
200 gold. We're not 200 gold richer. Thank you, Red Empire. Much appreciated.
Get wrecked. Honestly, I'm really happy I could inject some comedy into this, because otherwise it's been a really depressing video. But that being said, it didn't stay positive for long, because shortly after this happened, the event took a serious turn for the worse. You see, this event wasn't going as planned for the Red Empire. We waited about an hour and a half and the Alliance were nowhere to be found. They didn't show up. The event was a flop. I'm not exactly sure why the Alliance didn't show up to this event. I've been told by the leaders over on the Alliance side that the Red Empire just shouted a date and time at them and expected everybody to comply. I don't have anything to confirm that, but
Yeah,
at
that
the end of
sounds
the day,
about right.
it doesn't really matter, because the Red Empire and Poppy Putin were pissed, and they needed someone to blame. Of course, you weren't going to find the Red Empire admitting their own failure for their flopped event. They needed someone to pin it on, which led them to their next target. This guy, a small streamer named I Eat Orc. This guy, I Eat Orc, is a brand new streamer. He's the guild master of an up-and-coming guild on Nightslayer called Final Strike, and he currently has 293 followers on Twitch. I Eat Orc
Damn.
was streaming live during the time of this event over on the Alliance side, which was supposed to be the group that was coming to fight the Red Empire. So when they didn't show up, they chose to pin the entire thing on him. What the Red Empire did next is going to look pretty familiar for you guys by now. It was around this time the Red Empire found IEDork's stream and started using it to gain information on the Alliance to see whether they were coming or not.
This fucking follow IEDork guy so fucking literally has in his stream title, "The Invasion of Ogremar starting soon." He changed his stream title now. What a fucking unreal.
Change the stream title.
Yeah.
No way.
Just Stormwind Defense. Stormwind Defense. Actual fucking.
There's not a single female in that group. Not a single one. And I'd go even further. Not a single female has touched anyone in this group.
And there it was. They had their next target.
Oh,
IEDork
Ghost
was
Shaman,
not
thank you
a
for the
key
follow, brother.
player in this event.
How do you do?
He was just a streamer who was streaming the other side. He has 294 followers. He's a GM of a small guild. You think he's gonna rock up with enough people to counter a 300-man defense that Poppy Putin had organized? Hell no. But just like what had happened to me, they saw a target and they went for it.
IEDork thinks he's slick, but he doesn't realize he's actually like literally killed his fucking guild in one night.
Yeah.
Like killed his fucking guild.
Hey, he griefed his own fucking guild trying to grief us. Like, what are you doing, you fucking
When I heard Poppy Putin say that IEDork had killed his guild in one night, I knew exactly what he meant. I knew exactly what they were about to do to him. The same exact things they'd done to me. The Red Empire took to the Nightslayer Discord and began harassing IEDork in the same way they'd done to me. They threatened his guild and his stream, called for everyone to report him and
By the
me.
way, I want to make this absolutely clear that after this video popped off, I really hope that Discord would ban all of them. Every single one who took any action in this should be instantly, permanently banned. From World of Warcraft 2. This is where Blizzard should actually start banning people, not because you slash-spitted on someone who purchased a mount, but because they actually engage with this type of behavior and rhetoric. These are the type of people that Blizzard actually should start banning. That is the difference. Not people who said Asmongold, not people who slash-spit. This.
Even though I had nothing to do with this, and ultimately used this community Discord server to terrorize someone once again. But of course, it didn't stop there. IEDork ended up leaving the Nightslayer Discord, and since the Red Empire could no longer harass him there, they did exactly what they did to me. They sent their lackeys to his Discord. Using the Nightslayer PvP Discord server, they shared IEDork's personal Discord server link in order to flood it with people to harass him.
Dude, you should have made the Discord filtering system that has like a few questions, like 1 + 1 = what? And immediately all of them would just fold. Because they're this. They're these type of people. They would never get past that test, and this is how you should do it. But yeah, guys, I'm seeing you guys writing something that I don't agree with. You're typing, I can't believe that someone is invested so hard into the game to do something like this. You need to understand, World of Warcraft is an escape route for them. World of Warcraft is a co-conspirator, if you know what I mean. It's not really the game. It's not WoW fault. It's them looking for a way to vent. If they don't find it in World of Warcraft, they would have done this in any other game, any other outlet whatsoever. It's just an outlet. That's all. You can't blame the game on this. This is not the game's fault. It's them. They would do it in Tarkov. They would do it in Call of Duty. It doesn't matter. Because these people are bozos. They're just a bunch of losers and weirdos that have no social lives whatsoever. And they chose World of Warcraft because it's the easiest way possible for them to grief. If they didn't play World of Warcraft, they would have played Ashes of Creation by now. But thankfully, Ashes of Creation disintegrated.
Poppy Putin himself took part in this, pinging
Golem
everyone
even?
in his server,
Yeah.
and a bunch of other Red Empire people joined in too. It looks like IEDork had to ban a bunch of people from his Discord server and eventually turned off invites altogether. I want to remind you that this is not just guild v guild drama. This is the owner of the server Discord
thank you, Ghost
using
Shaman.
that
Thank you so much,
server
brother.
Discord to target small streamers and send people after them. The Nightslayer Discord is not a safe place for the community. I don't know exactly what they posted within his Discord server, but as someone who's had them do this exact same thing done to me, I can bet you it was a bunch of racial slurs. Want to know why I think that? Because of this comment right here. Ah, gee. Looks familiar, doesn't it? That's because that's the same exact shit they did to me. That's the exact same way that they started the Nightman is racist rumor, and now in
The
front of our
old bait and
very eyes,
switch.
we're watching them do it to
Classic.
someone else. This is what they do. This is how they harass people. This is how they go after content creators, and it works. I know what it's like.
It only works because you let it. It will never work on me. The moment they do it to someone such as myself, I immediately make a video about this. No, I make a voice call with them, and I just laugh, bro. Oh, how I wish these type of people would fall into my hands. I know it may sound like I'm playing with fire, brother. I have to admit, I used to be a really crappy kid, okay? I know I was the worst troll imaginable. This is something that I'm really ashamed of nowadays, but now that I've grown out of it, I learned some really, really important life skills. There's no one who can handle trolls better than I do. I get offended of nothing. Literally nothing. I have such a thick skin. I can hear everything. I already heard everything. You know, being a brown person on the internet is kind of a given. I make every single person like this Paputin guy like easy mode. So I already used to everything. I wish these type of people would come to my Discord. I would literally make so much fun out of them. I would make so much money and videos farming them. It would be great.
Like to go through this, and it sucks. All you can do is just hope they leave you alone. But I tried that, and it didn't work.
What? You'd be able to deal with such people? I'm personally too emotional? That's because you consider them people. I don't. I just don't treat them as humans whatsoever. I think they're just idiots. I just ignore every single thing that they say and I laugh at them. That's how I deal with it. The moment you start trying to like be logical with these kind of people, you immediately lose the game. The thing is never let yourself try to be logical. Never. Literally never. Once you get that idea in your mind, they can never beat you. Never.
So here we are. All that literally
Never
stemmed
reason
from the
with them.
first event on the first day of me infiltrating them, by the way. I wasn't even in the guild yet, which leads me to
I'm
the
already
next
in your
phase of my
Discord.
mission.
You're fine, GB.
Even though I
It's
already
fine.
had enough
I'm
evidence
used
to
to you.
probably wrap up this entire case, I came here to infiltrate their guild, and that still needed to be done. So I sat and waited for the perfect moment to come, and just as I had planned, it finally did.
If anybody needs a PvP guild, please whisper anybody in the Red Empire if you would like to join.
Yeah, I could think of someone.
It's a raid mission, alright?
That was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be, I'm not going to lie. But just like that, I was in. However, little did I know that what I would find behind the red curtain would be the most shocking discovery I've found yet.
Damn.
When I set out to infiltrate the Red Empire, I knew I was going to find some pretty gnarly stuff. But to be honest, nothing could have prepared me for just how deep this stuff goes. Because there was another layer to the Red Empire that I needed to crack. Their Discord. And this one was much harder. You see, even though Poppy Putin was the owner of the Nightslayer Discord for the entire Nightslayer server, he also has his own personal Discord for his guild, the Red Empire, as well. Now that I was in their guild, I needed to blend in because my mission was not done yet. So I did my best to seem like a normal guild member. I offered to help with heroics. I did my dailies any chance I could, just so I wasn't AFK in chat. I needed to seem normal because their Discord was under tight wraps. They weren't just gonna let anyone in, which you'll soon see was for pretty obvious reasons. When you join the Red Empire's Discord, you don't just automatically have access to the entire thing. You literally have to fill out a whole form, and then they have to review it and accept you in order for you to gain access. And in order to gain access, they have to
Let's see. For you, question. Character name currently in guild. Do you play Alliance or Horde? Screenshot character. Reason for joining. Previous guilds you were in. I mean, okay, fairly standard questions. I've expected something way worse for some reason.
View it and accept you in order for you to gain
pretty
access.
standard.
And in order to gain access, I was going to have to gain their trust first. So after a few days of being the Red Empire's favorite Blood Elf baddie, I decided it was time to infiltrate their Discord. So I filled out the application as best as I could, and after about a day of waiting, I was in. That's right, I was behind the red curtain. The first channel I went to after gaining access was this one, their guild announcements. And what I would find next was truly shocking, because their guild announcements aren't just guild announcements. They're lists of every guild in which they've attacked. So I'm just going through these announcements in the Red Empire Discord, and they're...
Isn't that like a serial killer thing to just keep a trophy? Isn't that... What? Bro, what are these? These people need to be checked. I'm not, like, I know it kind of started as a joke and funny. Like, these people actually should be put on some sort of a watch list. Like, this is out of hand. This is kind of crazy.
Truly unhinged. I just wanted to read a few of these for you guys. Our
Yeah,
short
it
war
shows
with Golden
something.
Boys must be another guild.
It's like another point of the graph which you can draw a line through and reach a pretty solid conclusion that these guys are actually psychos.
Is over. It ended in total absolute victory for the Empire. They ceased to exist. Let's see what else we got here. Oh wow, this is the message that I sent in my Discord server when I was initially pissed off at Poppy Putin for banning me from the Night Slayer Discord. Look, that was the day he sent everyone into my Discord server. Look at this one. Holy crap. Every guild that has crossed us either ceased to exist, dodges, or it slithers into the shadows. This is not propaganda, these are facts. Look, they just list a bunch of other guilds that they've harassed. This is him, the man who disbanded Golden Boys, the Guard, Game Over, Delete, and many other guilds whose names I don't even recall, Breaker of Coalition, and the bane of all streamers.
The amount of self-aggrandizement this man indulges himself in, it's insane. He has some serious delusions of grandeur, and I'm not even remotely close to being surprised at this point. This is the type of person to lead a WoW guild. Now, this is him. This is him. This is what you need. I mean, I think he's actually the guy from that South Park episode. That's him. We found him. We found him.
Just flat out is proud of it, dude. We are the guild killers. We are the Discord
fire
bombers,
reacts, yeah.
the boogeymen of Classic. Yeah.
He who has
We
no
are
life.
the content killers.
Exactly.
The guild destroyers. The rightful owners of Night Slayer.
Oh, it's so
we are
cringe.
supreme.
Oh my
Every
God.
guild crumbles to us.
Oh my god.
The Guard, dead. Golden Boys,
Oh,
defeated.
fuck.
ISR,
Oh, it's like nails on chalkboard. Fuck.
farmed. Big PvP, forced to hide in cities and play on private servers. Final Strike, IE Orcs Guild, globaled. Most Wanted,
I can't.
essentially disbanded.
That's not true. In fact, Most
Okay, it's
Wanted has
over.
had more
Thank
people
God.
online than the Red Empire lately.
War, violence, beams,
Told ya? Yeah, you were right.
slurs. It took every ounce of strength within my body not to die from cringe while reading those announcements.
But if I learned anything from reading the
Absolutely.
Red Empire's announcements, it's that their harassment towards me or Most Wanted, my guild, is not special at all. We're just one of dozens or who knows how many guilds that they've done this to. This is their entire thing. The Red Empire is a guild that prides themselves in destroying other guilds.
Of course, that's their entire modus operandi. You should have figured that out by now. These guys are soulless. And that's why every single guild should come together and crack down on them. The moment you do that, their entire apparatus falls apart and the house of cards they built would crumble like a castle in the sand. And the moment you do that, make more videos about it and laugh at them. That would literally break this guy's ego and mind into so many shattered bits and pieces. He would never mentally recover from this. Never. And that will be when you know you've won.
Not through PvP. This is not fun in-game stuff. They do this through harassment, through rumors, through lies and deception on social media, Discord. This has nothing to do with PvP. This is an organization that
No, it's real life PvP.
was solely created to spread hate and toxicity under the guise of a PvP guild. In a game that's supposed to be about the community. How could something like this exist for so long? Actually, I know exactly how, and I'll tell you a lot more about that a little bit later. Because for now, there's still plenty to uncover in this Discord server.
Oh wow, look at this. This is where this guy posted a YouTube video about me, literally saying all the stuff that they've said, how I'm a racist and all that, and then posted it to YouTube, and I had to get a copyright strike taken down. This is their reaction. Look at this. Claimants, Nightman LOLs, that's right, get wrecked. This video repeatedly uses my copyright logo. Well, it did. As I was scrolling through the Red Empire's Discord server, I noticed this term being repeatedly used. They call it N-bombing. So naturally being curious, I decided to do a little search on the word bomb to see what I would find. Bomb this Discord with your favorite slur, and then he tags the whole server. It's Big PvP's server. Wow. Another Discord server. Bomb this now. All in, full retard. At everyone. I don't know whose server it is because they turned off invites. This guy snitched on me for N-bombing him and then died 30 seconds.
How stupid can you be? Fuck. Oh my god, what am I even watching? I mean, go and harass this individual. You get banned. This individual is a crybaby. He claimed I harassed him. This can be real. Like, these people are actually bots. They're AI. I don't know what to do with it. Like, these are the type of people that should never not only be unable to vote, but be unable to take any source of influence over society. These are the type of people you put in a room to turn Big Rock into Little Rock. And that's all they do. You let them do grunt work. All they gotta do is zug. You should let them chop trees. You should let them fetch water from the well. That's all they should be doing. Other than this, no. Just no.
Later, some Twitch streamer. I think I know what M-bombing is. Oh,
you need to keep it simple.
No hit Jerome. What? 100 gold per Jerome grief / kill on stream. 100 gold if you bomb his Discord on stream. 500 gold if you wipe his raid on stream. Punish this freak. I want to see him unable to play the game. This is our current mission. Make me proud, comrades.
They really love AI.
Jerome doesn't deserve that. They're giving out gold for people who will grief him and say the N-word on his stream. What the fuck?
If that was me, I would have maybe... no, actually, I wouldn't do that. You know, I bet some people, though, they have pretended to do that and just claimed the gold and went away. Oh, maybe you actually need to do it to prove you did it. Okay, so maybe no. Maybe no. Maybe that's not a good idea. But I would have found a way to swindle gold from this loser, and then I would have revealed that it was me, and that would shatter my... I would say, thank you for the gold, bitch.
Some random posted your bomb,
Easy.
LMAO, and he tags the guy who did it. This guy lusts. Nightman is a doxer. Wait.
Hey, Nightman, why you dodging, doxing, fuck?
Talk over.
Ah, man. Why would you ever give anyone
This is
access
the one
to
that I
voice
was
comms?
there for.
Is beyond me.
This is the one that happened to me when I was raiding Naxxramas, and this is the guy who did it. Lusts. N-bomb incoming, letting everyone know to go watch it happen live. So this is something they do regularly, on a regular basis to streamers. They come into their stream and they yell the N-word. I don't even have words for this, man. And the fact that they're just doing it out here in the open is the craziest part to me. I talked to some of the streamers that this has happened to, and they told me that their
I should have
VODs
moved
on
myself.
Twitch.
Oh, Umratov, thank you so much for the donation, man. Thank you so much. You really don't have to donate. It's fine. I literally tell you every single day, like, subbing is free. It's okay. You don't have to donate to an idiot such as me. Just enjoy the show, brother.
Or taken
But
down
thank
for
you so
having
much,
the N-word in them because of this. And I'm wondering if that's one of the reasons they do this to begin with. Regardless, these streamers can't hang out in their own personal Discords with their community anymore. They now have to...
There is no such thing as a personal Discord. The moment you put yourself... Ghost Shaman! Ghost Shaman with a sub! Thank you so much! Oh wait, Meconium subbed that. Oh my god, with Meconium... Wow, thank you guys so much. That's crazy. Thank you, Meconium, for the gifted sub. And Ghost Shaman got it. Welcome, welcome.
keep their Discord servers locked down and vet every member they get into comms with because they're afraid that that person's gonna just be someone from the Red Empire who's gonna scream the N-word while they're streaming live. You can't make this shit up, man. And if that's not enough proof for you, just wait till you see what I found next. I heard from people before I got into the Red Empire that their soundboard in Discord was atrocious, and I just had to see it for myself. This next part was really risky because I actually had to join a voice channel, and at any second, one of them could have just joined in and started talking to me or asking me questions. So I waited until 3:35 a.m. and then I joined a voice channel.
What the fuck? Guys, what the hell is going on? Umatov with a sub. Oh my god, thank you so much. Holy guys, you really don't have to sub. It's like, if it's honestly okay, you have the free thing. Once we have enough people tuning into the stream, the ad revenue would be more than enough. For now, like, enjoy. It's completely fine. But thank you, I appreciate it so much. Like, really, thank you guys so much for coming here to chill and like hang out with me. I appreciate that. I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much. You need to quit your job and stream post haste. Bro, I'm about to quit my job and about to find another one. I'm too poor. I have debts. But yeah, I appreciate that. Don't worry, soon we'll make it out there. It's completely fine. So we'll make it.
They literally have recordings of them doing their Discord bombs in their soundboard. They even have one titled Poppy, which by the voice and the title, I can only assume is Poppy Putin doing it himself.
At least they're being efficient. I mean, I
What's
guess that's
crazy is
something.
literally as I was going through their soundboard at 3 in the morning, I was AFK in WoW on another window, and they're literally spamming my name and saying that I'm racist when I tab over. As I'm going through their Discord, listening to them scream the N-word. The irony. Even at 3 in the morning, these guys do not take a break. Luckily, I was able to get in and out of there before anyone had noticed me. From what I've seen, there's deeper layers to the Red Empire Discord that I could probably infiltrate if I stuck around longer, but at this point, I've seen all that I need to see. However, just when I was about to put a bow on this entire case, Poppy Putin announces another guild event. And of course, I was curious. So come Tuesday at 7 p.m. server, I was online and waiting. But what I wasn't prepared for was Poppy Putin's post trying to hype everyone up. To all my liars, thieves, and convicted felons, be online at 7 p.m. server and look at what he posted. The Red Empire.
Bro thinks he's from the west side. That's crazy. My
Horde
god.
Soviet guild built on lies, powered by theft. Loyalty is a tool. Deceit is a weapon. Crime is our creed. If you'd ask Poppy Putin in the Red Empire, I'm sure they would tell you that this is just roleplay. But at what point is this roleplay?
Man, he's like the people who are praying to God for a zombie apocalypse and will be the first one to turn. Oh my days.
When you're using deceit to completely ruin people's image with lies that you've made up out of thin air. This is not roleplay. This is something that they actually do. They take this stuff outside of game and they use deceit as a weapon in order to dismantle their enemy guilds. They actually have an entire term in which they've coined for this that they call, I shit you not, Discord PvP.
I told you.
Time and time again,
I told
see
you.
them use this term in regards to the...
What did I say literally just a couple of minutes ago? Real life PvP. That's a term. I know. I used to be part of those servers. Not in World of Warcraft, like different games. I know how the game is played. I know every single thing from the inside out. And it's embarrassing to admit. I used to be a really... Again, I can't use this word, but I was a really something kid. Okay? And I did some stuff that I, like, deeply wish I haven't. Not like anything too serious. I never went to the extent these guys were going. But I've done some really stupid stuff, right? I said stuff I shouldn't. I did stuff I shouldn't. I was a very dumb kid. But this, I never went even close to that. So, I know how they work. I got a whiff of them. And it ain't smelling good.
Harassment that they do to people outside of game.
I know their
in
inner
Discord.
workings.
And normally with most toxic guilds, you would think this would be pretty easy to not engage with. However,
yeah, who
Poppy
hasn't
Putin,
when they were
the Red
young?
Empire's
Exactly.
Guildmaster, is the owner of the entire Night Slayer server Discord. So it's really not easy to avoid these guys. Historically, the server Discord was supposed to be a tool for the community, a resource for players either looking for a raid or trying to find a group to sell items and services. This is what the community Discord server is supposed to be for. However, since the Red Empire has taken ownership of the Night Slayer Discord, it has been used primarily for Discord PvP, to the point where they now have an entire section dedicated to it called the Hall of Shame. This is a section of the Discord server where they essentially shame members of the community for any wrongdoing that they may have done. And while a portion of the reasons they're shaming people are legit, like ninja looting, etc., a good amount of these shame posts are not legitimate. Poppy Putin knows that deceit is a weapon.
So he uses the Hall of Shame category as a weapon against anyone who may go against him. This is where he made the post about me and then pinged all 32,000 members of the server. And I'm not the only one. They're making posts about a lot of people. I can't confirm which of their claims within the Hall of Shame posts are legit or not. I'll let you guys be the judge of it, but it's very evident that this is something in which he does. Anyone who stands against Poppy Putin or talks shit about him will get the most wanted treatment. This has happened to me, and this has happened to other people. Go see it for yourself.
Bro is handing out bounties like Christmas candy. That's insane. Or sorry, Halloween candy. I'm not familiar with those holidays, but sorry. But it just, again, you just turn the table on them. That's how easily you do it. You do the same thing and worse to them. That's it. Gank them at every single possible turn. Make sure everyone inside of their guild, inside of their own guild, is a spy working for you, just like you done. Like, you done a great job infiltrating into their guild, exposing everything. Amazing. More people. Have more people do this, and have more people do it even worse. That way, you can destroy them from the inside. Because these people have zero loyalty to one another. It's just a bunch of Boglamites that came together to harass other people. They have no friendship, no true loyalty, no true honor amongst themselves. Nothing. It would be so easy to make this entire thing fall apart. It's just a house of cards. Just pluck one away, and it's done.
Seeing Poppy Putin's deceit
make them paranoid,
in
exactly.
their Discord before the event.
Yeah, I bet this Raid Empire is loving this video. He's just an ad for the guild cringe pathetic dudes. You're mistaken about that. You're mistaken about it. Maybe at first, if this video would have died at like 10k views, sure, I would agree with you. This video has been blowing out of proportion, and this guy actually gained, I think, 3k subs. Something like that over this video. Not only the Red Empire dudes gave him insane amounts of money over this video, they also got him everlasting support.
Made me realize how important it is to have to make this point that I just did. These guys know what they're doing. They acknowledge it, and they're going to keep doing it. But we're supposed to be at this guild event, so let's get an invite.
Let's whisper sledgehammer. All right, we're in.
It was time to go undercover once again. And once again, I needed to infiltrate their communications. However, this time wasn't going to be as easy, because unlike last time when it was the entire server in voice comms with them, this time it's just me and the guild in close quarters. So I needed to be as inconspicuous as possible. I waited until the time was right, and then I infiltrated their Discord communications. Everyone had rolled out, and I was told we were...
Of course they use this Belle Delphine AI. Of course. Of course. I bet some of them ordered their bathwater too.
Headed to Netherstorm, so I took off and started to head there myself. And what they ended up doing when I got there was pretty toxic. The event was literally just camping the graveyard at Tempest Keep.
Oh, those fucking dude.
For those that don't know, just to give you guys some context, this floating thing right here is the raid Tempest Keep. If you die in that raid, you spawn down here in the graveyard, but the thing is you spawn there alive. So if someone was to gank you at this graveyard, you wouldn't be able to get back up into your raid until that person stopped ganking you or you somehow escaped. That's all they did for 2 hours. But you could bet eventually it took a turn and became even more toxic. And I want to make this clear, I'm not against camping the Summoning Stone or the graveyard at Tempest Keep. I mean, it is a PvP server after all, but after 2 hours, it does get a little bit repetitive. However, I was instantly glad I came because I finally got to put a character name to the face of the guy who made up the entire Nightman is a racist rumor. Remember this part from the beginning? This guy, Coach, otherwise known as Hundo, when he joined the raid group, I finally got to put a character name to the name on Discord.
Let's get Hundo's Warlock to summon, please.
And look at how he asked for a summon in raid chat.
Lonzo, I don't want to hear it. You're in a racist guild.
Summon me?
Right?
Oh.
But even though even more toxic, you ask? Well, it all started when a person from their rival guild, Big PvP, showed up at the graveyard.
Big PvP? One come out.
Shout out to all the healers.
Out of range, some fucking big PvP shitter warrior.
Is that the guy that's been... Dude, wait. Didn't we kill him like 2 hours ago here?
Oh, he's dead again.
Now, I want to preface.
It's crazy how they all sounds exactly like my previous guildmaster. Dude, it's like a pattern. It's an indicator. Whenever you hear someone with a sing-song voice and like laughing and hysterically over some mundane crap, you know that they're hella toxic and weird and losers in real life. My previous guildmaster was exactly like that. 1-to-1. 1-to-1. And he did things. I already shared on stream. I don't want to like make this pause any longer. But it's probably him. Yeah. It might just be him. I wouldn't even be surprised.
All this by saying that this guy was...
And by the way, okay, you know, I have to share. Sorry for pausing so much. I have to share something. His ego was so fragile. I never told this story before. I never told you guys this. I play TBC, so he was my guildmaster in vanilla. Okay, we progressed through TBC. Obviously, by that point, I was out of the guild. I didn't want to have any part with them after raiding with them for, I think, just a couple of months. And I was in a new guild. Obviously, everything was good. I met a friend from that guild, and he remained in that guild. He remained in that guild with the toxic guildmaster. I met a friend from there, and I told him hello. We spoke a bit, and then I typed the guildmaster name, and I said, I think something along the lines of what a nerd he is, something like that. On the life of me, guys, I'm not even joking you. Not 2 minutes later, he was next to me on his flying mount, calling me out. And you know what I did? I laughed at him harder and I took screen caps of it. Unfortunately, they're on my old PC, which I threw away. Fuck, I should have saved them. It was so good. Bro, he was literally typing so fast on the keyboard. He was like, I was like, I don't care. And oh man, his ego was so broken. I sent them to my friend. He laughed his ass out. That was incredible. That was probably the best experience I have from TBC. Because you need to understand, at the end of the day, these people egos are so fragile. Just laugh in their faces and call them stupid, they're cooked. They can do anything. Literally incapable of doing anything.
Was nobody special within Big PvP. Big PvP has over 1,000 members across multiple expansions. This was just some random guy amongst their members. However, since he had that Big PvP guild tag, they decided to target him.
Where'd his body go?
I don't know, actually. Yeah, I suppose.
Oh,
Oh, here in the rocks. He's in the rocks.
Here, wait. I want to CC him. CC him. Don't kill this guy. Full CC. Kidnap. Do not kill him.
See, instead of just ganking this guy once or twice and then letting him get back to his raid, Poppy Putin chose to do what he called kidnapping. This is where they'll use various forms of crowd control to make it so this guy infinitely loses control of his character. Their plan wasn't to kill him, it was to keep him stuck there indefinitely.
Wow.
You're not dodging. Why are people dodging?
Don't you have diminishing return in World of Warcraft? Listen, I never play PvP. I don't play MMOs for PvP, so I don't know.
Him.
They CC'd this guy over and over, and they would not let him leave.
Oh my god, and he's a tank?
Is he really their tank? No
I
shot.
think so, dude. Yeah, he has
Yes.
a shield and a sword.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We just kidnapped a raid's tank.
Or mind controlled him and then put a renew on him.
They could tell by his gear that this guy was a tank. Imagine doing a raid and your tank is held up outside because he's getting endlessly harassed by the Red Empire because of his guild tag.
Who cares? Don't play PvP server. Go play PvE server, brother. Like, what are we even talking about here? It's not, like, listen, I'm not going to advocate for them. Obviously, what they're doing is, like, hella stupid, but at the same time, you signed up for this. Like, you knew what's going on. I don't go to the slaughterhouse expecting to see some vegan food. It doesn't work this way.
Yeah, I saw him going to TK earlier.
He's trying to run away. He's trying so hard to run away.
No, he's got another 20-30 minutes.
I reviewed my whole recording and it was about 30 minutes that they did this for, which is definitely enough time for your raid group to drop you. And even when some of the raid members suggested to kill this guy in a funny way, Poppy Putin just insisted on keeping him stuck there.
Oh, dude, should we take our weapons off and just punch him to death? Just jump him?
Nah, don't kill him at all. Keep him like this.
Saying here for...
Yeah, he's saying just like this.
Kill the bowman on him. He's got a bowman on him.
Yeah, kill that bowman.
We just want to keep getting the polys off so we can keep getting his health back up.
Eventually, this dude just gave up and logged out.
He logged out. This motherfucker logged
out. Nice Skeletor laugh, you bozzle.
But even though this guy
Idiots.
alt F4'd and
Holy
literally
crap.
logged out, Poppy Putin wasn't done harassing him yet.
Hey, not you, Ghost Shaman. You're fine.
No. He's not in the game anymore. Don't kill him though. Don't kill him though.
You actually
Alright,
have the
five people
emote
stay
too.
right there. He's gonna come back in. Everybody else, let's go back to the stone.
Even though this guy literally logged out of the game, Poppy Putin stationed 5 of us there to wait just in case he decided to come back. And since they could no longer harass this guy in game, Poppy Putin did what he does best. More Discord PvP.
Yo, isn't Out of Range in the Discord?
He's in the Night Slayer Discord, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody tag him. Everybody tag him.
So of course Poppy Putin and his cronies rushed to the PvP server Discord to harass this guy further and taunt him for being camped out of the game. But it wasn't long until he came back to try and see if he could make it to his raid.
He sounds like the human version of a
See
stroke.
if he comes back in over there.
He's back.
Knew it. I knew it. Don't kill him.
The second he came back, they were right there waiting to keep him infinitely CC'd so he could never return to his raid.
I knew he was gonna come back in on the same layer. Here, just keep holding him. Yeah, kill the Worm Chaser and bring him back further away. I'm gonna Nova him right here. He's Nova'd. We can get a mind control.
Eventually, this dude realized they weren't going to let him go, and he's probably been kicked out of his raid by now, so he just called it quits altogether.
He did it again? He held it for it again!
This is funny because their raid's probably waiting
God.
on this dude.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Imagine being like the main tank and like the whole raid's fucking waiting for you.
What a bra moment.
There he goes.
Where's He-Man
you're
to
the
save
first
us?
that I've ever kidnapped.
For the rest of the event, I never saw that guy log back in. I don't know what happened to him, but if I can only guess, he was probably kicked out of his raid group and probably didn't finish Tempest Keep that night. This is more than just PvP. This is more than just camping someone.
What are we watching? The most toxic guild in World of Warcraft. No, sorry. Just an average World of Warcraft guild.
This was grief.
This is like the average PvP guild inside of WoW.
His entire raid night. This is something that players look forward to all week and specifically carve out time in their schedules for. For all we know, that was...
Who cares? Who cares? Don't play PvP servers. Like, what? It's so weird.
It's just some dad on the one night a week he gets to play the
then
game.
play
But
PvE!
Because he was in the wrong guild and at the wrong place at the wrong time, he got griefed by the Red Empire.
Yeah, he's in the wrong place. He's on a PvP server. Go play PvE.
Until he had to log out of the game. Twice.
What is this?
And if that isn't bad enough, the owner of the whole server Discord starts spam tagging him with his cronies to rub it in. If anything, this just showed me that it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. The Red Empire will target anyone that's convenient for them. From what I saw, they continued messing with him the next day in Discord, but he didn't give them much of a reaction, which was smart because if he did, it could have gotten much worse. Once the event was over, Poppy Putin made a guild announcement saying that he was proud of everyone in the guild and that they will keep pushing these guilds to the breaking point. So I've made a lot of claims about the Red Empire, and now it's time to finally address all their claims against me.
Addressing their claims. Okay, surely their claims are reasonable.
In the Red Empire's campaign against me, they have said several things, all of which I'm going to address right now. The first, and in my opinion, most frustrating thing they've been saying about me is that I'm a racist. They've been saying this to basically anyone who could possibly come in contact with me, and they just say, DM me for proof, and then when you DM them, they never reply to you. The reason why this is so frustrating is because most people don't...
Even if they would, who would believe that? What?
Look that far into it. They just hear, oh, that guy's a racist? Damn, fuck that guy. And that's their stance that they take. I've seen it.
Good. Good. That's a natural selection thing. You don't want these people on your side. You don't want a bunch of troglodytes who can't think for themselves to be on your side. This is the type of people Blizzard cultivates for retail World of Warcraft. That's why whenever I make a video about me poking fun at retail and people at my comments like, ah, no, it's so good. Holly Longdale saved the game. I don't care. I don't want these people on my side. It's the exact same people who went on a campaign to dislike bomb my Ashes of Creation criticizing videos, even though I was right. And the moment Ashes of Creation imploded, I just laughed at all of them. I farmed like at least 20 videos off of them. That was so good. I really wish I had the opportunity to do that again. I really wish.
Literally happened to people that I know. People.
We all knew AOC was going to tank. You have no idea how wrong you are. Everyone disliked on my video. Every single video I made about Ashes of Creation being bad and malicious and, you know, not in good faith. Every single video started from 50% dislike ratio. Every single video. Nowadays, it changed because the moment Ashes of Creation imploded, a lot of people just came back, visited my old videos, and gave me a like, which I truly appreciate. But many of Ashes of Creation videos I made at the time that I was making them, and that when they were relevant and fresh, they got 50% dislike ratios.
Who I weren't that close with, like acquaintances within the WoW community, have taken a stance against me because they think I'm a racist. And that sucks. That hurts. Because the truth is, I've never said a racist thing in my life. There's nothing sus I said on stream, there's no text, there's no proof, there's nothing. Me and my officers work really hard to make sure our community is inclusive. We've kicked people out of the guild for using slurs before. I literally found Red Empire members in their Discord talking about how they left my guild because they were told not to use slurs. At the end of the day, this was something that they said purely to rage bait me. They've even flat out admit this, and it worked. It got me. They saw that it made me upset, so they used that as their ammunition. How the fuck was I supposed to know they were going to be shouting it from the rooftops? Could I have handled being rage baited better? Sure, yeah, I can admit that. I definitely could have. Lesson learned there. I've only been a content creator for like 13 months. How was I supposed to know that people would take things this far? But since we're on the topic...
You've been on the internet for 13 months? I mean, I've been a content creator for what? Okay, I've been a failing content creator on YouTube for 3 years, but when I started really popping off was 6 months ago, and like I was on the internet. Like, dog, the internet is my entire life. I was on PCs ever since I can remember myself. I always knew these people existed. Like, it's nothing new. I don't really know. I think this guy is just way too innocent
of racism. I just want to take a moment to say that their open and proud use of these slurs as if it's some kind of funny joke is the most cringe shit that I've ever seen in my entire life. What is this, fucking 1906? What are you, 13 years old in a freaking Call of Duty lobby? You guys are 40 and you need to get your shit together. This shit's disgusting. Racism is not a joke. The N-word is not a meme. Do better. The WoW community is supposed to be for everyone. You think Classic Plus is gonna...
No. You're wrong about that. WoW community isn't for everyone. WoW is not for everybody. It's for certain type of players, but these people aren't included in them. They're not it. They're going too far. They're too extreme. They act like toddlers. They act like morons, and they should be permanently banned. So he is half right about this. But WoW isn't for everyone. And again, that's coming back to the point of me telling you, if you don't want to play PvP, if you don't want to be harassed and targeted and do all of that things, don't play PvP servers. It always existed. It's nothing new. Does anyone remember the troll rogue gang that used to ambush streamers? I forgot their names. They were extremely popular. Extremely popular. The troll rogue gang that just ambushed every single streamer. They were funny, though. They were funny. They were actually kind of goated. But, yeah, like, pretty much it. It always existed. So just play the right server. Just play the game that suits you.
Thrive when someone joins the server Discord and the owner of the whole server calls them the N-word? Hell no. As long as people like this are running our community, Classic Plus is cooked.
What? Just saw someone in Guild Wars 2 in a guild called GeneralApple. Is that your guild? No, my guild is like GigaChat Army. There's a guild called GeneralApple? Shit. Wait, hold! Am I being targeted?
It doesn't matter how good the game is. If shit like this is able to fly within our community, the game cannot grow, period. All right, the next thing they've been saying in their campaign against me is that I've made IRL threats against them. I'm just gonna keep this part simple. Nothing I've said was a threat. It's really easy to take things out of context, but as someone who's had my address shared online and sent to anyone who may dislike me by people with foul intentions,
that's the scary part.
I will defend myself and my family if anybody comes to my home.
Based. Holy shit. Based. Kudos to you, brother. Kudos to you. Well done. Well done.
All right, the next thing they've been saying about me is that I'm a doxer, which I think is hilarious considering I'm the one who's personally been doxed. But they're saying it, so let's address it. But before we do that, let's define doxing. Doxing is the act of publicly exposing someone's private or identifying information like their home address, phone number, or workplace without their consent. The reason the Red Empire is calling me a doxer is because of these screenshots right here. These are screenshots of what was supposed to be a private conversation in a private chat that got leaked to the Red Empire, where I am clearly trying to find Poppy Putin's IRL name. In these screenshots, I literally say that I'm not gonna harm anyone, and that once I have the name, I'm suing the brakes off of this dude. I am an up-and-coming content creator, and all of a sudden, people are spam whispering my community lies saying that I'm a racist. So I'm lost. I had no idea what to do. So I made an appointment to go sit down with a lawyer to see what my options were. That lawyer told me that if all I had was the name Poppy Putin from World of Warcraft, I wouldn't have a leg to stand on. I needed a real name to connect these things to. And at first, it was just about protecting my name and my image and my brand from these lies that they've made about me. But then it eventually turned to full-on harassment, where they follow me to every online platform I go. So yes, I did go looking for his name. Not to harass him, not to send it to anyone, not to dox him, but to protect myself and my family in case anything were to happen to us. I didn't share any of his information with anyone other than the proper authorities. So no, I am not a doxer. All right, the last claim they're making about me is that I was conspiring to mass report people. Yup, I did that. Didn't expect that, did ya? Well, let me tell you why. I have been trying to contact Blizzard about the harassment that I've been receiving from these people and other people for the better part of 2 years now. Myself and
What the fuck? Oh, I hate Blizzard so much. I hate Blizzard so much. These bunch of blue-haired wine moms and boo-boo millennials. Why they're not banning the actual harassers? Why they're banning people for saying Asmongold? What is that? Are you actually kidding me? There are people you do need to ban that actually engage in harmful rhetoric. You keep them inside of the game. Oh my days, dude, what the hell? If Blizzard at least would have banned them, I would be like, okay, they're consistent. But it's so stupid. It's like they're refusing to ban Extreme one way or the other. They're only banning the people in the middle.
my community have submitted dozens of tickets to Blizzard about this. And every single time without fail, we get an AI response telling us to right-click their name in-game and click the report button. There's no one out there to hear what
We're too busy chugging milk from the fridge, bruh. Just, take care of it, okay? Just right-click the dude, whatever. Maybe we'll pay attention.
have to say. We've tried right-clicking their name in-game. It does nothing. So we went online and tried to submit tickets. That doesn't work either. I literally went to LinkedIn and paid for a premium account just to message the WoW devs and see if they would hear me out. But I never got a reply. You can literally go look for yourself on the Blizzard website and try and submit a ticket, and there is literally no way to submit a ticket for harassment. What are you supposed to do when there's not even an option to submit a ticket for harassment on their website? This game has...
I really don't want to turn this amazing video into another Blizzard clowning session, but my god, they're making it so difficult for me.
Been completely abandoned by Blizzard. If you are
Don't
being
get
targeted
harassed.
or harassed,
Easy.
there is virtually nothing you can do to contact Blizzard to get somebody to help you. They have completely replaced their reporting systems with AI, so it seems you can get away with virtually anything in this game as long as you don't say...
To be fair, they still have GMs. You just need to be a baddie on Instagram, and that's the only way they'll pay attention to you.
anything
They
that
do
the
exist,
AI
though.
will specifically pick up on. And the Red Empire knows this. Their officers literally have to remind people in Discord not to use slurs at people in game, otherwise they'll get banned, which is why they harass people elsewhere with slurs like Twitch and social media and Discord. But the harassment is still going on in game, and when you try to go to Blizzard to explain what's happening to you, there's no one there to hear you out. So after exhausting literally all of my options trying to contact Blizzard, I heard that there was a way to mass report people in game to get players banned. So I went looking for information on how to do that, and that got back to Poppy Putin and the Red Empire. So of course they added that to the list of things they shout about me. Do I think I should be the one who decides whether players get banned or not? Hell no. But when the game has been completely abandoned and there's no one there to help you out in cases like this, what else are you supposed to do? I'm not just gonna sit here while myself and my community gets harassed.
For what it's worth, after looking into how to mass report people, I found that it's not nearly as easy to do it as the community may think. And if you don't want to take my word for it, well, they're all still here, aren't they? I found that it doesn't work that way. You can't just mass report someone to get them banned. As far as I'm concerned, mass reporting people to get them banned is probably...
They changed it since Encourage, because whenever someone tried to go for Scarab Leader, people would instantly target him and got him mass reported and banned. So Blizzard got a whiff of that and they immediately fixed it. Well, not immediately. I think it took like a week or something like that. But since then, I'm pretty sure the system is completely changed.
Probably a myth, which is definitely for the best, because if it was real, people like Poppy Putin would for sure be using it to ban anybody they came across.
They already have.
So did I conspire to mass report people? Technically, yes. But did anyone ever get banned? Clearly not, considering my ass still gets harassed by the same people on a daily basis. So you can hate me for that if you want, but to be honest, after everything I've been through in this game recently, I really don't give a shit.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Slowly but surely. Baby steps.
I know that was a ton of information to unpack, so if you made it this far, I just want to personally thank you for hearing me out and listening to my story. These past few months have been a nightmare for me and my girlfriend to go through, and even though we still have a lot of good people in our corner, we felt pretty alone through this entire thing because I don't think the majority of the community understood exactly how bad this was, which leads me to a really important point that I want to make. This is not just a toxic guild problem. This is a community problem. If I learned one thing from this whole experience, it's that Blizzard is not coming to save us. Blizzard has abandoned this community. The only ones who
First time.
can do anything to make this community a better place is us, the people that exist within it, that are there every single day. But people are pack animals and people want a sense of belonging. When an overwhelming majority within a community has a certain set of ideas, people may change the way they act or behave in order to align more with the majority of people so they have a sense of belonging within that community. When the majority are the people in charge and they're spreading ideas of hate, things can get really messy. This is how really terrible things have happened throughout human history, and I can't help but notice that this is a reoccurring theme that's happening within the WoW Classic community. The amount of people who I once thought were chill dudes who are now spamming slurs to fit in with the owners of the Night Slayer Discord server is appalling. And I don't know if this is just how they've always been, or if now that they think it's hip and cool and acceptable to say the N-word on Night Slayer, they're just doing it to fit in. But
they're probably just parasocial and lacking friends in real life. They want the sense of belonging, so they do whatever it takes to join a certain group they find funny. It's honestly that simple. It's simple human psychology. There's nothing else to dig deeper in here. It's just that.
I want to remind the community that it's better to walk 1,000 miles alone than to walk together with racists and people that are spreading hate. And if you want a place to belong, there are communities out there that won't call you the N-word. But if we want our community, the classic WoW community, to be one that won't, then we need to stand up and do something about it. I see posts every single day on social media talking about how WoW is so toxic because of the gear checks and people will check logs and they kick you out of the groups, but how come I never see people talking about how racist and disgusting the community has become?
Because it's normal World of Warcraft behavior, brother, where you've been. Have you been living under a rock? Everyone knows World of Warcraft is like that. It's like, oh, this guy's being weird. Ah, okay, that's just Jimmy. We know him. Like, nobody cares about that. You just kind of join a guild that has the same mindset as you, and you're done with it. Now, in your particular case, obviously, you've been targeted by a bunch of idiots, and it's very, very unfortunate. But, again, this is where Blizzard should have interfered, and they haven't. That actually kind of caught me by surprise, but I don't know. Maybe the fault is on me for trusting Blizzard to do anything right.
This is something that we need to speak up about. And the reason why nobody has until me is because they don't want to be targeted by the Red Empire or banned from the Night Slayer Discord permanently. Classic Plus is supposed to be right around the corner, and I love the idea of Classic Plus being our new forever home for all the Classic Andes out there. But I'm at a point now, whenever I see a Classic Plus video on social media, I just sigh. Because I truly believe if the community doesn't change, then it doesn't matter how good the game is. No one's gonna stick around when they're met with this type of toxic community. And unless we start to speak up about it now, Classic Plus will just die out the second all these new players realize how toxic the leadership in our community is.
My hope is that the community finally starts to step up and speak about this in an effort to change it before we get to Classic Plus. But I'll be honest, I don't have much faith. My platform is only so big. It would take a lot of effort from the community to get the word out. So if you cared about anything I had to say in this video today, please share it with somebody. And if you're a content creator or a streamer, feel free to react to this video. You can be as unbiased as you would like. Because the community cannot change unless we use our voices and platforms to change it.
Base. What a base, Giga. He was literally talking about me the whole time. That's crazy. Dude, it's my honor to react to your video exposing all of these clowns. It's my honor. And there's one more video, guys, by the way. There's an update video he made just 1 day ago. We're gonna watch that, obviously, but just to kind of summarize, you really need to get used to World of Warcraft, okay? Like, maybe I'm just an old gamer, but this is the internet, and that's how it's been since the dawn of it. There's nothing new under the sun. It is what it is. Just, you know, make sure you keep a cool head and just laugh at them. Just laugh at them. All will be fine. All will be well. But let's check his update video because this is the end of this one. Okay, thankfully I didn't make it a 2-hour-long video. So let's see. This is the second part, exposing it.
As I record this, my video exposing the Red Empire is currently at over 225,000 views. There's been a lot of support from the community. A lot of people have seen the video and have come together to support and spread my message. We've had a lot of different content creators react to my video, using their platform to help continue on this conversation. However, not all content creators have felt comfortable covering this topic. In fact, many have been avoiding it altogether. So today we're going to go over the events that happened after I posted my video and show you some new evidence that came to light that'll explain exactly why nobody wants to be anywhere near the Red Empire.
Attention, Blizzard Entertainment. The community is fed up with your lack of moderation. We know that you are aware of this, and your silence is deafening.
What's your opinion on Nightman and the Night Slayer trauma? Is that the YouTube video that everyone is linking me about a bunch of...
Zaryu is literally the biggest Blizzard shill out there. I wonder what he has to say. If he somehow goes against this, fuck.
IRL threat guild trauma stuff. To be honest, I haven't looked too much into it. I forwarded it to Blizzard, and they told me they're checking it out.
We know that you are aware of this.
Fair.
So that's all I can really report.
We might have to just wait. I mean, honestly, though, hopefully Nightman is okay. Hopefully something gets done about this, but I cannot have their entire guild come in here and start being fried.
It seems like they're afraid of something. Or maybe they've been instructed not to talk about it. I mean, an organized hate group that's gone unnoticed within your community for years is definitely not something you want to be getting out. But on the flip side, these streamers have every reason to not want to get involved, and I'm going to show you exactly why. So let's start on the night that I posted the video to give you all a closer look at how the Red Empire reacted. The first thing I did was change the username and profile picture of the Discord account which I infiltrated them on. I knew that they would still eventually find this account, but I wanted to see how long it would take them. It didn't take them long though. After about an hour, Poppy Putin found the account and then he pinged the entire server to let him know. Poppy Putin wasn't able to watch the video yet because he was still at work, so he made this post in his Discord to let everyone.
He's employed? Where? Which place took him?
Know about it. I'm busy at work making more than Nightman makes in a month, but we are the biggest, the largest.
Oh, okay, so he makes it up. Okay, good. Okay, I knew there was no way. Oh, shit. Thank you so much for the follow, Slayer. How do you do? Yeah, I knew there's not a single way in hell this guy is actually employed. Okay, he's just making this up. It's fine.
Just the most successful world PvP guild that has ever existed. I eat guilds, I destroy people's mentals, I destroy fucking realms. Classic Plus is coming and we will own the Discord. We will control the narrative and we will be victorious.
Bro thinks he's Galactus or something. What? You think you were the devourer of Discord? What is going on there, homie? What? And these type of people has zero self-awareness. That's what I love the most about it. Is I'm the devourer of Classic. I control the narrative. Dog, you're a nobody. Like, who cares? Everyone laughs at you, but this is the type of person which everyone laughs at, and he's happy because he's getting attention. But you know what? You should just farm him more. Just laugh at him harder. That's how you deal with these type of people. It's so hilarious. It's good. I love that. I love seeing these type of things. So pretentious, exactly. Yeah, also this video is crazy. Yeah, the video is insane.
After making that post, the Red Empire members had realized what happened, and they were not pleased. Right away, the Red Empire members started flooding into the chat and trolling the video in any way they could. They dug up the AI-generated picture of my girlfriend that they have, and this guy even made it as his profile picture. He literally sent it as a DM to the account and said, "I heard you've been talking about my girl." Poppy Putin himself also tried to call the account on Discord, but I didn't answer. They started saying some pretty unhinged stuff.
You should have. It would have been hilarious. Why didn't you do it? Oh man, I would have answered in a heartbeat.
I never wanted to hunt someone down in-game IRL.
But to be fair, I would have probably had to censor the entire conversation.
And beat their ass, but this dude is testing me, LOL. I'll dig the hole. The last few months have been a nightmare. What a bitch. He has no idea how the next few months will be. They kept tagging the account and telling me to get into voice comms and repeatedly spamming the picture of my girlfriend. But eventually they realized I wasn't going to give them a reaction, and they finally banned the account. Poppy Putin was pissed. When I initially put out that video, I was pissed.
They banned him? Oh, what the hell? Slayer with a prime. Thank you so much, brother. Holy. Thank you so much for the sub, brother. How do you do? What is up? Thank you. Thank you so much for believing, man. Oh, you came here from the Silk Road video. That's a surprise. I didn't expect people to like it, but I'm glad you have. Thank you so much.
When I initially put out that video, I was taking a big risk because my long format videos on YouTube have never gotten that many views. So I knew there was a chance the video could flop and I would be completely cooked. And the Red Empire knew this. They knew there was...
Remember what I told you? Remember what I told you? I told you at the beginning of this video, if he got like 10k views, that would have made him more trouble than good. But since the video blew the hell up, but he's cooking. And he should ride that wave onto infinity and beyond.
A high possibility that my video wasn't going to get seen by anyone.
Take that momentum.
And that this would just pass. So the Red Empire was banking on this, and they decided they were going to be open and proud about the things that occurred within the video. Remember Hundo, the guy you're probably by now all familiar with? When the post finally made it to the Night Slayer Discord outside of the Red Empire's personal Discord, they finally had to own it. So Coach came out and he said, "I will lay waste to our enemies, always until the end of time. Let Nightman serve as a warning of the broken man you will become if you cross me." I personally hope it blows up to the point where Zaryu or Asmon picks it up. I am proud.
The moment Asmongold picks it up, you're done. You're done. You think Asmon's gonna be on your side? Brother, I've been an avid Asmongold viewer for years. Recently, not so much because I'm not into the politics stuff, but I still watch the gameplay stuff. But if you think Asmon is going to be on your side, you truly lost every single brain cell you once owned. The moment the Roach King get a whiff of this, you're cooked. You are cooked. You will have to private your entire Discord server.
Out of everything in the video.
You're gonna be farmed.
At this point, the video had still just been posted, so it didn't have very many views at all. The community was receiving the message. The video was going viral. The Red Empire could no longer hide how they behaved towards the community. It was the talk of the town. Everybody was talking about it. And at the end of 5 days, it had 232,000 views. And then the streamers got word of it. Content creators from all over the world took to whatever platform you could think of to share the story of the most toxic guild in World of Warcraft. The cat's out of the bag now, Poppy Putin. You won't be able to Discord PvP your way out of this one. But that didn't stop him from trying. In a panic, Poppy Putin sent his goons to try and do damage control anywhere they possibly could. Discord, Twitch, YouTube. Their goal was to control the narrative, so that's what they set out to do. Anytime a streamer was reacting to the video, their chat just became like a Red Empire den, where every single member would just pile in from the Red Empire, sending them gifts.
Do we have anyone from the Red Empire here, by the way? Maybe it's good I'm 1 week later on the... Nah, I'm just... Wait, GBE, where you are? You're here? Nah, it's okay. We don't have any members of the Red Empire here. It's fine.
They're doing anything they can possibly do to alter the reaction of these streamers. But there was one streamer in particular that they wanted to alter the reaction of the most. No Hit Jerome. The Red Empire has been picking on No Hit Jerome for quite some time now. As you guys know from my last video, they've N-bombed his streams, they've griefed his events. This guy's been through the ringer, which is pretty messed up because Jerome's just trying to have a good time. Jerome's a good dude, but he may have flown a little bit too close.
Why does he look like he streamed from Zaryu Room? Don't they have the exact same, like, backdrop?
to the sun when he made a video reacting to my findings within the Red Empire.
Maybe I'm just
Poppy
imagining
Putin was
things.
not pleased with Jerome's video. They started tagging Jerome in the Nightslayer Discord, saying he didn't report fairly on the subject. Jerome stated that he exonerated them from doxing, but the Red Empire says he didn't do a good enough job. And because they thought he didn't do a good enough job, they were going to mess with him further. Once again, the Red Empire sent another player into Jerome's raid to grief the entire thing.
This couldn't be a worse. Couldn't be doing a worse job, right? Like, okay, yeah, he is. Okay, just kick him out. It's wasting our time. Spam is some Red Empire.
Everybody wants to give Jerome shit about his raids, but now you see what's happening. From the outside looking in, it looks like the Red Empire is upset with Jerome for not helping them push their side of the narrative. So they sent people to grief his raid to try and force him into submission. But Jerome was a legend, and it didn't work on him. Jerome claps back with another video, giving him more updates on the story and continuing to share about the griefing that the Red Empire is doing to him. When a bunch of streamers are staying silent on this because they don't want to be harassed, Jerome is clapping back and standing up for what's right. I better see some love for Jerome in the comments, because by the looks of these posts where Poppy Putin is tagging Jerome in the Nightslayer Discord, it looks like he's gonna need. Because by the looks of these posts where Poppy Putin is tagging Jerome in the Nightslayer Discord, it looks like
these people are actually dangerous. I have to take a moment. Wait, let's just pass this. I don't know if it's against like Twitch TOS or something. Okay, sorry if I pause like at the wrong moment or anything. But just to say, these people, they're actually dangerous. These are the type of people that would actually do something in real life if they found your address, and they do have his address. So I completely understand why he had to move out. I completely understand it. It's so unfortunate, but he made the right decision because these people are actually insane. Clinically insane. They need to be found by the FBI. They need to have their address found like by the government, and they need to be reprimanded.
At this point, Poppy Putin is realizing that the community,
at least deranged demon hunter main, yes,
his opinion is starting to be swayed. Since releasing my video,
or just the
I've
average
received
rogue
reports that
player.
The Red Empire's lost a couple of officers and dozens of members. And to top that off, the Red Empire was getting destroyed in game 2. The Alliance was more united than ever, and they were working together to absolutely shit on the Red Empire in World PvP. They literally got completely wiped 5 times in one night. And if I know Poppy Putin, he disliked that more than anything so far. Poppy Putin was losing his grasp, not just over the PvP front, but over control of his members as well. So Poppy Putin calls for a private guild meeting in the Red Empire Discord to address the entire guild on the situation at hand. And as I said earlier, when my last video came out, they banned the Discord account which I had infiltrated them on, so I didn't have access to this private guild meeting that they were going to have. Or did I? You thought I was going to give up access that easy? You thought my infiltration was some little game? When I
had a
infiltrate an
double
organization,
agent.
I don't stop at just one layer. I burrow deep until I'm within every wall. I'm not only 1 but 10 steps ahead of you, Poppy.
He's
Putin.
in their
I'll
walls.
See you at the guild meeting.
Based. The gathering of neckbeards.
Right, so the last 3-4 days.
The last 3-4 days, actually, I've never been touched by a female. You may have not guessed this, but I thought I should open the statement with this.
Obviously been extremely fucking interesting. We have went from...
Bro, at least have the decency like Pirate Software to use a voice changer. At least have that. Some self-respect.
Being probably the most well-known World PvP guild, briefing guild since Wood Department,
the
to being
chutzpah.
absolutely the most famous and hated group of fucking autistic
Whoa,
in the history of World of Warcraft. I want to give a couple.
I don't want to be
things that I wanna
banned.
Tell people. One,
Censor this.
I was trying to lay low for a couple days, and I can't not Discord PvP, so I'm burning right now. I'm on 3 burner accounts, mass reporting mother. I'm arguing with mods on 5 Discords. These mother, bro. They will see why we are supreme and why we have become who we are in this video game.
This is like the average MU player, by the way. I used to play MU for like 2 years. That is like average behavior. The level of griefing you could pull in MU is nuts, especially if you played on private servers like I have, because, you know, I was a kid with no access to money. And nowadays I'm adult with access to some money, I guess, but that's like average MU behavior. I don't know if you ever played that game, so maybe it's pointless to just speak about it. But if you know, you know.
And it was not overnight, it was through hard work. I personally feel absolutely bad about nothing that we have done.
MU
There's
built
not a single
monsters.
thing that I regret that we've
Yeah.
done. All of my
It's so
morals have
true.
completely stayed intact. I do not feel bad about with Nightman. I do not feel bad about the picture of his girlfriend. And the reason why I do not feel bad about these things is because all of these things were done by them first. For me, it's really important that we do
What?
keep certain things in check, that we do keep things moral in the sense with stuff like this. What we do and how we do things, there are rules to things, just like, you know, some sort of...
Why are you trying to grasp any modicum of moral high ground? What are you talking about? Like, previously, at least he owned it. On the previous video, he owned it. Now he's just backpedaling? What is this? Why are you doing that? I think he's actually starting to be afraid. I think he realizes that the sandcastle is slowly approaching the shore, like the tide is coming, and he's afraid. I think he starts to feel it.
Mafia or organized
Mental
criminal
illness,
organization
also
or
that.
anything like that. The most important thing is that we keep things in game. I have no desire to dox, to counter dox, even if
You already have.
I get doxed right now and my full name
He's afraid.
gets dropped in the Night Slayer Discord and a picture of me. I will make...
He's afraid. He's afraid. He fears. Ooh! Ooh! I've been waiting for this. Oh! There's nothing better than a troll cowering in the shadows. Nothing. Literally nothing. This is music to my ear. Oh! This couldn't have been better. Go to the video. Best video I've ever watched regarding World of Warcraft. Or ever.
No remark, no retort to that.
Let me pause you right there, Poppy Putin, because it turns out that isn't true. All of a sudden, for what seems to come out of nowhere, an anonymous YouTube page posted a video of Poppy Putin with some damning evidence. Most toxic guild Red Empire exposed for doxing and gets farmed. GM of Red Empire, Poppy Putin, claims they do not dox, but yet they have doxed multiple people in WoW, including GM of Big PvP Mayor West. See what this is about.
There he is. He's back.
Click.
What Mayor say? What did Mr. Corey say?
What?
Wait, hold on. Is that his last name?
What Mayor say? What did Mr. Corey say?
Damn.
What?
They bleeped out his last name, but they didn't bleep out the slur. But he said his first and last name in chat. Holy crap. So to give you guys some
Wait.
context, Mayor West is the GM of Poppy Putin's rival guild, Big PvP. And this proof that just came out is of Poppy Putin screaming his first and last name in some sort of Discord call. The rest of the video did share some more screenshots, but I'm just going to link it in the description so you guys can check it out yourself, because the plot is about to get even thicker. Do you guys remember this from my last video? So what does all of that have to do with the Red Empire? They were approached with my information as well. I know this because Poppy Putin himself posted about this in the Night Slayer PvP Discord. He unfortunately deleted the comment before I could get a screenshot of it, but what I do have is screenshots of the person who approached him with my information. We need to talk about that because some new information has come to light. You see, when I made my last video, I didn't have any proof that Poppy Putin was approached with my information. I only had a confession, and for a lot of the community, that wasn't good enough. The Red Empire said it was just hearsay, and that it didn't count as solid proof. Until now. Through the power of virality, I was able to secure the entire conversation of Fatherless FX attempting to dox me to Poppy Putin. I could tell you his first and last name and his girlfriend's first and last name, Oxy's first and last name, all their Facebooks and the towns they live in, and some secrets. I went into the rabbit hole out of hatred too. I'm definitely your friend here. You think that's bad? That's not all I found. Remember this guy? On November 10th of 2025, I paid a fellow guild member in Most Wanted named Care Camp. Yeah, that guy. I was sent this screenshot where Poppy Putin was approached by Care Camp with my address, just as I had expected. So he sends him a screenshot of what looks like my guild announcement, and then he says it's from my spy. Juiciest thing I got is his Addy. It looks like he changed his username at some point, but we can confirm it's him by the profile picture. It's not looking pretty good for Fatherless and Care Camp right now. Now, I want to be very clear that in both of these cases of evidence, Poppy Putin states that he doesn't want my IRL information from them. But is this really the guy you expect me to trust?
This isn't normal. This is something else. What did he even do? The guy in the video, literally nothing. He existed. That's pretty much all that he's done. That's his only crime. Being hated by some losers online.
He's back. What did you say? What did Mr. Corey say?
I'll let the community decide, because for now, I must get back to this guild event.
Moving past that shit, what are we gonna do now?
There is no moving past that, brother. You're done. You are done.
Okay, we have the notoriety. We are the most well-known guild. Okay, how do we capitalize on that as a guild? Well, we just keep doing what we're doing. That's all we're gonna do. We're gonna keep doing what the we're gonna do. We're gonna play TBC until the wheels break off. We're gonna keep on riding. We're gonna keep on camping raids. We're gonna keep on griefing streamers. We're gonna do this.
Oh,
shit
he just said that.
Non-stop.
You know what, Blizzard Entertainment? If I'm not mistaken, it sounds to me like they're calling you out.
It's not gonna slow down. Blizzard does not give a shit about griefing. None of what we are doing is TOS. As far as Jerome, as far as for any of these other streamers, we are going to continue to grief them. We are going to wipe their raids, but we're going to do it in...
Brother, 80% of what you've done until now is against TOS. The only reason Blizzard did not ban you until now is because they were too busy cube crawling. But now that this has gotten blown all out of proportion and every other streamer is like spamming this, Blizzard has to do something. And they will. They will.
In a way that it makes it to where it's the hardest possible way for them to monetize.
That is a direct call
They're
out,
actually
yes.
very successful at doing this. When they
and it just goes to show that the hubris of these people is unflappable and unstoppable. There's nothing you can do except give them a hard reality check. Every single one of them should be banned, and I really hope that Discord would actually report them to the authorities. I really hope that. I know it won't happen, but I really wish it will. Also, Discord at the very least should shut down their entire server.
target a streamer, they don't just camp them. They ruin their name until nobody fucks with them anymore. In the month of February, I had 482 subs on Twitch.
Damn.
By the month of June, I had only 60. One thing I want to touch on that I think some of the larger content creators...
What? No way. He lost all of them subs because of allegations? Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't expect that. Wow, I feel really bad. I feel really bad for him if that's the case. Damn. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. I have nothing to say about that. It's just, like, sad. My God. I really hope he will recover. I really hope he will. He's a great guy.
Creators don't understand is that I built my entire brand specifically off playing classic World of Warcraft. I invited all of my followers to join me, and we had a guild of almost 800 members at one point. So I'm pretty locked in on Night Slayer. I can't just leave and play another game like some of these big content creators can. And since the community is so small, my success kind of is dependent off what the community thinks of me. So when the Red Empire targets your reputation in these small and niche communities, it has a real effect on these small content creators, which kind of sucks because I had a good thing going. But it's not just happening to me, it's happening to others as well.
Like with that I Eat Orc guy, dude, it's a 5-viewer Andy.
Hope something like this doesn't happen to you, Apple. It can never happen to me. Because I learned from the best. I learned from Asmongold. The moment they come and they do this to me, I instantaneously get like a 1k subs. I actually wish they would target me. I wish that. Like, listen, I know how to deal with these people. He doesn't. He doesn't. Like, that's the difference between him and I. He don't know how to deal with them. I know their inner works. I know how they operate. I know how they think. I know how they move. I know how they act. I can easily farm these clowns for views. Easily. Tomorrow. Today. I can do that no problem. Online, I'm literally fearless. Literally. And it's not like hubris. It's not anything else. I just know how these, like, bunch of... I wanted to say a word that I shouldn't. I know how them people work. Okay? I know everything. I'm not afraid. I wasn't afraid whenever I was targeted by the Ashes of Creation community. I wasn't afraid whenever I was targeted by the Guild Wars 2 community. I'm unafraid. I don't care. I always prevail. People have told me whenever I made my Ashes of Creation videos, I'm never going to succeed on YouTube. I had, I think, like 1k views at the time. 1k subs. 6 months had passed. I'm now at 5k. When I had 3k subs, people from the Guild Wars 2 community called me a loser and told me that every single video I make is failing and I'm never going to grow. Again, I have 5k today. Tomorrow, I might have 10K. Who knows? I'm planning to make it big. It will happen, but I'm not going to be afraid. Never.
When we do hit them and we hit them hard, we're going to do it without getting inside of their streams, without giving them ad revenue. We're going to hit them at opportune moments. Same thing for larger guys, okay?
No, I should have mentioned, not all the Guild Wars 2 community, okay? The dark part of the Guild Wars 2 community that we don't speak of. You guys are okay. You guys are cool. It's fine. But the bunch of people that whenever you say, hey, I don't think this is good about the game, and they immediately like, are you never going to make it, you sandman? Like, yeah, okay, sure. Like, these type of people. I should have been more specific. You're right. You guys are good. You guys are fine.
No one, and I mean no one is safe from what we are going to do. I don't care who it is. I don't care how large their platform is, whether it's Peekaboo, whether it's Zaru.
We tell you just you suck in the nicest way.
Classic Plus,
exactly.
We will be hitting all of them. All of them.
As of now, Poppy Putin has changed his name and is still at large.
What do you know? Is this the future of Classic Plus? Oh shit, oh wow, that was the end of the video. I thought it was another segment. Okay, it wasn't. That was such an abrupt ending. I did not expect that. Guys, wow, what a ride. Holy, I did not see this one coming whatsoever. I'm not going to lie to you. It just, it completely caught me off guard. It completely caught me off guard. That was such a great video. I'm gonna link you guys this video so you can watch it for yourself. Obviously, give this man some love. It was phenomenal content. Wow, I've pretty much said everything that I had to say. I don't want to make this video any longer than I already would. I would probably have to split it into 2 halves. Wow. I really hope he would make a follow-up on this. I really do hope that. It's crazy. There you go. I'm gonna link you guys. The first video. Go make sure and you watch the second, okay? I'm gonna link you on YouTube and Twitch. So make sure you watch all of it. It's a very good video. It's a very, very good video. Yeah, we have more to come today, but just to kind of summarize, this guy's a legend for exposing them. Absolute legend. I'm so glad that he done that. I may have gone a little bit too hard on him just because I wanted to toughen him up. I think this guy needs a little bit of a confidence boost. He's clearly a great dude. He's one of the good ones. I really wish him the best. I wish he'd recover all of his subs. But you know what? You just earned a new one. There you go. There you go. What a great guy. I'll sub to him. I'll sub to him. You just earned me, brother. That is it. Wait. Video may split. We have more videos, guys. Don't worry. We still have the Man Season Show one. You really need to see the video he links in here. It shows quite an epic uprising of the Red Empires, one-eyed of being camped repeatedly. We'll watch it. Where do you see it? Here? Is it? But listen, is this like it has like slurs and stuff? I don't want to be on troubles with Twitch, man. Like, I don't want to be... See for context? Wait, I think it's the first video he made.
If I were you, I would even...
No. Oh, it's this one. Okay, maybe I'll check it a little bit off stream. I'm kind of fearful of showing something like on stream without slightly reviewing it beforehand. I need to have a mod check it out. But I can see what you're talking about. Maybe we'll check it on the other stream. It can be a good thing. By the way, hello to all the new viewers, guys. Twitch is fine as long as you tag your stream and make an effort to censor. I guess. But we've talked about it enough. Like, okay, let's fucking see it. Okay, let's fucking see this.
If I were you, I would even...
If there's one thing that is bannable, I quit, okay? I usually review videos before, like this, but this time I will trust you. I will trust you, Mock and Mirror.
Careful for the next week in buying gold. Just kind of chill out. I'm not asking people to, like, lay completely low. I was trying to lay low for a couple days, and I can't not Discord PvP, so I'm burning motherfuckers right now.
Okay, this is the part we've seen.
Accounts. I'm fucking mass reporting motherfuckers. I'm fucking arguing with mods on fucking 5 Discords. Fuck these motherfuckers, bro. They will see why we are supreme and why we have become who we are in this video game. And it was not overnight. It was through hard fucking work.
Okay.
I personally feel absolutely bad about nothing that we have done. There's not a single thing that I regret that we have done. All of my morals have completely stayed intact. I do not feel bad about fucking with Nightman.
I did a crime. I do not regret it. I would do it again. Okay.
I do not feel bad about the picture of his girlfriend. And the reason why I do not feel bad about these things is because all of these things were done by them first. For me, it's really important that we do keep certain things in check, that we do keep things moral in the sense with stuff
He just
like this.
pre-jured himself.
What we do and how we do things.
Okay.
There are rules to things.
This is the part we haven't seen yet, right?
Some sort of mafia or organized criminal organization or anything like that. The most important thing is that we keep things in game. I have no desire to dox, to counter dox, even if I get doxed right now. There he is. He's back.
No, wait. This is not it.
What did Mr. Coin
Okay.
the
Now.
faggot say?
Now.
What?
There we go.
We're gonna do
Okay.
this shit
This is the part we haven't
stop.
seen.
Okay? Non-fucking stop. It's not gonna slow down. Blizzard does not give a shit about griefing. None of what we are doing is TOS. As far as Jerome, as far as for any of these other streamers, we are going to continue to grief them. We are going to wipe their raids, but we're going to do it in a way that it makes it to where it's the hardest possible way for them to monetize it. So like with that I Eat Orc guy, yeah, there's some in the rocks. Okay, killing it. Like with that I Eat Orc guy, dude, it's a fucking 5-viewer Andy. When we do hit them and we hit them hard, we're gonna do it with
5-viewer Andy
streams without giving them ad revenue. We're gonna
the most friendly classic WoW player. The nicest encounter between WoW homies.
Hit them at opportune moments. We are the most well-known guild.
Yeah,
okay, how do we
sanest classic
capitalize
PvP
on that
enjoyer.
as a guild? Well, we just keep doing what the fuck we're doing. That's all we're gonna do.
Okay, there we go. This we haven't seen. What is that?
Okay, all right. Yep, let's start moving up. We're moving. I'll really go.
What is that? It turned into gnomes. I don't know. I tried to make Transformers joke with gnomes. You can't combine that shit.
Yep, go mages, go across. Big sapper on them in the middle. Go to the middle, sapper them. Arcane explosion, everything.
Gnomies prime fuck.
Big AoEs. Yeah, you're
I should have said that.
Going.
You're
Stay
a genius.
Here, stay here. Big AoEs. Pop your mages.
More
Keep
dots.
the
More
stuns out,
dots.
everything. Keep it going. Nice. They're wiped. Get ready to go across the bridge. 180 across the bridge.
Oh man, they're getting him.
You're back.
They're getting him.
Get a port down right here.
They're getting him.
Let's take a right.
He has been clowned upon.
Get a port
Easy.
here. Get a port here.
Kill the guards. Okay, go
It's down. On start. Take it. Hit it.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we're gonna spend our time
I think the worst part in all of this is dying to an alliance player.
chasing them around. Or say fuck them.
If they stay in Alarian, then we can make a play. But if they're gonna keep running, then we just take the dub. All right, let's start moving a little closer.
This is the best faction because they don't have scoliosis. Man, such an old joke and it's always wrong. Shameless. Also, what the fuck? We like broken a record viewers on Twitch. Hello to everyone new. How do you do, guys? What is up? Thank you so much for believing in the channel and watching this brown guy speak something.
Oh my god, we fucked them up. We fucked them up. We fucked them up. How does our nuts taste? Let's go.
Damn. They're playing the mental game. I see. Okay, so is this like a PvP montage?
Big AoEs.
Okay, let's see if there's anything interesting. Did they get this Papillion again? Oh yeah, they're getting him. They're getting him again. Dude, he got obliterated. Look at him, full HP almost. Bam. One-shotted, yeeted, and fucking deleted. Holy crap. They got him.
He's flying too high.
Dude. Is he going to fucking assassinate? Oh my god, he Assassin Creed him. Dude. Holy crap. That's it. 1 HP. Get him. Take it home. Wait, did he get him?
He's dead.
Okay, he got.
Now, Fap, now,
He got.
Hero, and go through.
He sniped with a fireball. Yeah, that's crazy.
9 vulnerability belt. Keep going. Spread. Bop your mages. We're fucking them up. Oh my god. They're getting clowned on. They just got shit on.
They got mogged.
Spread out.
They got mogged by the Alliance.
They spread. They're still coming. No,
How can one let this happen? 120 horde all dead. Damn.
No, I thought he layered already.
Oh wait, he 1v1 again?
Yeah, he ran him over.
Oh!
I thought he layered already.
Oh, by a dwarf.
Dude, I got him again.
Yeah. By a dwarf too. Wait, is that a dwarf rogue?
Resin, kill these motherfuckers.
He's dead. What's up,
man? Okay, mages go.
Yes,
Everybody
feel
fap
bad.
and push. Fap, mount up, go. Get the Nova.
Man, it's even worse than dying to a gnome rogue.
I got the Nova.
Mages ice block.
The hell?
Mages ice block. Go into them, super sapper them. Straight in, to their backline. Super sapper. Keep fucking
They
them up.
get got.
Let's get bops on our mages. Keep it rolling. Let's push into them.
They're dead. Run back. I'm on Yowie in the river now. Be with me on Yowie, guys. We are mopping them up. They are fucking dead. They have such a far run. We literally
got a
destroyed them.
huge incoming on fucking Resis here.
They got got.
Yep.
Okay, I think that's pretty much the gist of it. Cool video though. Cool video. I actually did not expect that. Actually did not expect it whatsoever. Okay, guys, we have one more video. One more. Imagine, man, this was a fucking long one. This was a 2-hour long video we just watched, but it was such a good one. It went over like such a breeze. We have one more for Matt Season Show. Man, I like this guy. I really love this dude. The history of World of Warcraft private servers. I think you guys are really going to enjoy this one. I haven't watched it. I saved it. I think, when did it came out? Literally like less than a day ago. Okay, cool. Man, oh wow. I really need a breather after this one. That was so good. But it's good. It's good to detox with a Mad Season Show video. You know, I've been talking a lot about private servers recently. I'm glad we have another homie doing the same thing. I really miss Turtle WoW. I said wheelie, I think, but I really miss Turtle WoW. And now Ascension is on the grill. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see something really good here. Or really sad. What a cool story. It was the best story. It was the best story I've ever seen. But yeah, it's good to detox with a Mad Season Show. You know, set your minds off from all the Toxic Guild and just talk about private servers. I've done this a lot myself in the past couple of weeks, and man, I just really miss Turtle WoW. I really hope that one day Blizzard would pull their head out of their you-know-what and start integrating private servers to their own servers, because clearly the wine moms and Labubu millennials are incapable of creating any good experience. So maybe just let the fans who know what they're doing do it for you. Valve did it. They made a multi-billion-dollar company. Maybe you should do too. I don't really know. This video is presented as documentary. Oh, because it's for private servers. I get it. You don't want Blizzard Wrath.
Arguably the most documented game in history. Its antics have been witnessed by millions, with many always keeping
Look at Mike
a close eye on
Morheim.
them,
He used to be happy.
waiting to see what they do next.
Have you ever thought about adding servers for previous expansions as they were then?
Here it comes.
Massively multiplayer online role-playing games have been around for
Show
years
it.
now, but it's taken this long for the genre's breakthrough hit to finally emerge. But World of Warcraft is indeed that game.
You know he knows exactly what he's talking about because he's bald. Evergreen content brain? Yeah.
No.
Imagine.
And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
Every single classic private server video starts like this, man. They would never let J. Allen Brack to live this out. Never. And you know what? Good. That was the dumbest thing he could have said.
I personally had a private investigator hired to track me down by a legal firm that represents Blizzard. The amount of pressure that Blizzard put on the Nostari's team was immense.
Past week or so, I've been investigating with people what's going on at Elysium, because there's been some fishy, shady shit. And all week I've been called a drama llama. You know, I need to get out of my mom's basement and get a
Drama
life.
llama?
Turtle WoW.
the most popular WoW private server is officially shutting down due to the lawsuit from Blizzard.
Yeah,
What
man.
made them this way?
This literally broke my
What
heart.
is the attraction? What keeps us fascinated?
Oh,
This is the story
Longboy. Nice name, Longboy. Thank you so much for the follow, brother. Hopefully you didn't pay for it inside of the game, too.
of the World of Warcraft private server community.
It was $90 mount. It's not worth it, man. Okay, it's just, but I like the name, though. Okay. There we go. Show Warlords of Draenor. Shower and Alliance player getting cooked.
The development and history of World of Warcraft is something that's been analyzed and archived many times, and it really speaks for itself.
Turn it up
One
a
of
bit.
the most legendary games of all time. When it hit store shelves in 2004, it swept the world, and it served as many people's first interaction with social media. However, in its wake was a community that was so impactful that it would eventually help steer the development of the game. Yet despite this, it's received far less of the spotlight, and the direction it helped steer to was the past. The private server community of World of Warcraft is as old as World of Warcraft is itself, and much like Blizzard's Giant, it's a story filled with high highs, low lows, dramatic spectacles, and otherwise interesting moments. So join me today as we take a trip into the relatively unknown world of World of Warcraft private servers.
Man, he really was afraid from Blizzard with that early disclaimer. I get that, though. I get
hang
that.
on a second, though. I'm just finishing up a dungeon run here. Oh my god, no way. It's a signature epic quality ring by Patrick Adair Designs, the sponsor of this video. Patrick Adair Designs is a jewelry brand that makes handcrafted rings.
I did not expect that.
pendants,
That's
and
actually kind of clever.
bracelets using some pretty
I
wild
never skip him at
materials.
season show ad. I love this guy.
Glowstone,
He's a
dinosaur
phenomenal
bone,
content
opal,
creator.
And a bunch
We
of
will
other
watch
stuff
his
that
ads.
It sounds like it would drop
I
from
never
a
skip
raid
his
boss.
ads.
This is my own ring that I custom made myself.
Homie deserves it.
I think
Get
maybe
that
I
bread.
got a Draenei jewel crafter
I'm glad for
this
you.
one. It's got some
I wish
arcane
I had
crystal in
sponsors.
there, some
Nobody wanted to
Azerothi
sponsor
and
me.
diamond, maybe.
Even
The
though I
pieces are
gained like
quite
3
unique
subs
as they are
this stream.
mass produced. They're actually
Why?
handcrafted by those who maxed out their jewel crafting skill, and you can customize your own
Okay.
ring with different materials, colors, finishes, personalized engravings,
Damn.
and much more, and make something that feels really personal to you. They also send out
Guys, just a question. You think like men wearing rings is fine? Obviously outside of wedding rings. Just like a normal question. I found some of them to be kind of cool, but they remind me of Marvel villain that I truly like. Like the Mandarin. I don't know if you heard about him.
free sizing kits.
I
with
thought
your
it was
order
cool.
Before
But the other bad part is that they remind me of Hassan. And that's probably I don't want to see anyone do it.
your piece is crafted, so you can make sure that it'll fit right, and they also back their rings.
Did Blizzard went after content creators talking about or playing on private servers? Yes. That's why I can't make any content about it, because I'm a Twitch affiliate and I'm a YouTube partner. That's why you don't see anyone talking about it, except for people who are not affiliated or not partners. Because it's literally against TOS. That's why we're not doing this. If someone is doing this, he is doing this on the down low. Personally, for me, I'm not playing that because, well, you know, I don't have time outside of streaming. I have a day job, unfortunately, until I make it full time. And, you know, it is what it is, right? It's reality. You can do it. It's against TOS. Nobody want to take any risks.
With a perfect fit guarantee and a lifetime warranty. And for a limited time, they are running a site-wide buy one, get
I have
one
rings.
free
I'm
summer
now
sale,
Mandarin
which you
base.
can mix and match across any design or product on the site. So
Depends. Do
you
they
don't have
give
to get two
stats?
of the same thing.
I think
So
Mandarin
scan
can
the QR
literally
code
create
on the screen,
earthquakes
or click
and
the
like
link
ice
in
pillars.
the description at patrickadairdesigns.com/madseasonshow and shop the sale.
Total BS. It is, but Blizzard is like that. So it's not least bit surprising. That's their entire modus operandi, to go after people. That's why they do it with private servers and they do it with streamers. If I'm not mistaken, they even banned Esfand for playing Nostalrius back in the day.
This is 1999, and work begins on what would become one of the most influential games of all time. As was the case with all MMOs before and after, the development was rife with hurdles and obstacles to overcome, and they were large enough that a veritable army of testers were required to help shape the game into a finished state. before it saw public release. It would officially enter its internal alpha testing in the spring of 2003, and although Blizzard had plans to eventually open up testing to the public, the floodgates were first opened just a crack for two reasons. For one, they didn't want to bite off more than they could chew, and for two, they had a fear that their hard work would be maliciously shared to outside parties. As it turned out, their fears were not unfounded, as they were realized shortly after testing began. Many today are surprised to learn that the private server community existed during a time before Cataclysm, and even more surprised to learn that the birth of private servers started before the game was even released in 2003. The origins have been traced all the way back to a person known as Skull, who through some social engineering was able to
thank you for
obtain
being here,
alpha
Ghost
clients
Shaman.
either from
See you on the next one,
an
brother.
internal alpha tester or even a Blizzard employee. With the birth of the World of Warcraft private server community on the horizon, the following message was posted around gaming forums across the web. Open source proponents, crackers, and anarchists alike rejoice, as an alpha version of World of Warcraft has allegedly been secured and is now supposedly making its way around Weir's circles. This news comes from Skull's hack site, who says that Warforge, infamous for their work in Battle.net emulation for War 3 and TFT betas, is already working on server software for the WoW leak. Availability for those outside of cracking groups is limited at best, and the situation has just now grown past rumor, but details and screenshots can be found here and here if you wish to judge it for yourself. And so, the floodgates were opened, and Blizzard was pissed, and they posted the following in response. As many of you know, we are currently conducting an internal alpha test for World of Warcraft. Our goal for this alpha test is to provide the best possible experience for players when the beta launches in early 2004. In order to accelerate the testing process, we recently allowed a small group of external testers to play the game, and during this process, a collection of files was leaked to the internet. While these files contain alpha content from the game, they're not fully playable and therefore do not convey the experience that World of Warcraft will provide when it is released. We are currently investigating this matter, and we will take serious action against those involved. As always, we appreciate the interest and enthusiasm that players around the world have for World of Warcraft, and we look forward to delivering a massively multiplayer game unlike any you have ever experienced. Until then, we ask that you refrain from sharing any content that doesn't come directly from Blizzard Entertainment. Once it was released, Pandora's box was opened, with private servers now emerging alongside Blizzard's giant. It would slowly grow into this increasingly influential force on the development of World of Warcraft moving forward. A person named Lax began reverse engineering the game with nothing more than a couple of packet logs, and he and another person named Cold Ice created the Stormwind Sandbox, which set the stage for all future emulation projects. And as a result, the first World of Warcraft private server predated the release of World of Warcraft itself. These people became something of celebrities and grandfathers of emulation, in particular Lax, whose legacy was archived through the form of cringe online poetry.
Once upon a time, there was Lax, the father of World of Warcraft emulation. He said, "Let there be code." And then it was created. The World of Warcraft emulation scene. 2 years have passed since the mortal race has banded
What
together
is this?
to emulate World
The
of
first
Warcraft.
private WoW server.
But the alliances have been broken, and drums of flaming thunders once
It's the
again.
deepest circles of Reddit.
But regardless of all of this, November 2004 eventually came. And along with it, one of the most iconic games of all time. It would quickly turn the MMORPG genre from niche to mainstream. It coincided with the rise of social media, as millions soon joined the addiction sweeping across the world. Behind the scenes, the private server community was still developing, as they had started working on spells, pathfinding, and more. But while World of Warcraft was reaching millions of paid subscribers,
9 million subscribers
and
at 2007. So this was Wrath of the Lich King, right?
comparison, reaching just a couple hundred of free players, which was still quite impressive, all things considered. Working off of the base of the Stormwind
Love this guy
sandbox,
content he's still making.
the
Yeah, of
first
course.
emulator that was
He's the
considered to
GOAT.
be serious was called Stormcraft.
It was TBC?
which was
Damn.
soon followed by many others. There was Rift, Future WoW, Team Python, Chaos, Vibe, WoW Daemon, their lifespans were short.
Wow, wait, they had 9 million in TBC. Oh, right, they had 12 million in RAF, right? If I remember the numbers correctly. Yeah, okay, wow, that's crazy. They had so many players during TBC. And mind you, at the times, like, PC weren't that ubiquitous nowadays. Nowadays, you have way more potential if you, like, make it big. If you make such a massive expansion and it's actually good, like, that's why I'm constantly telling you guys. If Classic Plus would take every single good thing from TurtleWoW and APOC and all of these Classic Plus private servers, Blizzard is going to see some numbers they haven't seen before. And I'm not joking when I'm saying this. I genuinely believe that.
As at this stage they were hardly playable.
The growth stopped in RAF. RAF didn't get many players. I heard it peaked in RAF.
Blizzard had fixed months
I'm pretty
ago.
sure it peaked
to
in
call
RAF.
them playable was quite a generous use of the word. And at this stage, they often wouldn't really attract players as much as they would attract other independent developers wanting to evolve the community.
They'll have to invent numbers? Exactly. And you know what? They're kind of doing it now. It'll be so high
off of each other, and so because of this, they would either fail to attract enough players to make it worth continuing, or they would become popular enough to be subsequently shut down by Blizzard. Eventually, things would fizzle out with Stormcraft as team members slowly lost interest, making way for new servers that slowly built off of each other. Rift would add chat functionality to the game. Team Python added items, vendors, mounts, flight paths, abilities, and more. Next was Chaos, which created the infrastructure with which to log in. They also added mobs, and they're quite effective in evolving private servers until they were shut down by Blizzard. Blizzard in these early years were extremely active in hunting and shutting down these private servers, but with each group building off of each other and sharing their code and methods, it would slowly but surely and inevitably grow into a more and more playable state. However, although there were instances of these communities and teams working together, infighting and egotism would also be common due to the limited player base. Competition between these servers was intense. An emulator called WoWEmu rose from the ashes of a recent shutdown of WoW Daemon, and as they worked privately on reverse engineering the game, a group called Blizz Hackers would crack their code and release it publicly, which eventually led to WoWEmu stopping entirely out of protest.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
While not long after, Blizz Hackers themselves would also be tracked down by Blizzard's legal team and similarly disbanded. So it was essentially a free-for-all
Some things
PvP
never
server.
change.
And these early years were quite chaotic as the spectacle around the game only grew. While this was going on, vanilla World of Warcraft was thriving, and all the while moving forward. And on October 28th of 2005, after much anticipation, the first expansion for the game, The Burning Crusade, was announced, promising new content such as zones, dungeons, raids, arena, new races, and much more. The game coasted along until the day of release eventually came on January 16th, 2007, and it was met with great success and acclaim, as the expansion today's look back on fondly. But with it came an end to something quite special, as it was at this point is when the base version of the game became known as Vanilla World of Warcraft. This was a critical moment, not only for Blizzard, but also for private servers, as there was now officially a void that would grow ever so slightly over the years of this demand of Vanilla World of Warcraft not being met. Just like Blizzard, private servers would continue their development, and they slowly started to become more and more advanced. Although the scripting was entirely inaccurate, the loot tables were inaccurate. At this point, they actually had mobs, and major bugs and exploits were finally being addressed
Yeah, I forgot
as
to
the
check.
servers
There's
had started
captions?
to approach a relatively playable state. This would manifest in the form of what was the first substantially populated server, WoWscape, which interestingly wasn't based off
I
of
know that
vanilla,
name.
but instead, in the new expansion, The Burning Crusade, under the umbrella of Scape Gaming, they had reached a staggering amount of players, with records indicating over 30,000 in a single day, and by June of 2008, over 400,000 accounts created within the community. You might be asking where these numbers came from? Well, it was popular and lucrative enough that it was the first server that Blizzard actually engaged a lawsuit in 2008 to get it shut down. Its popularity wasn't the only thing that made it an appealing target for litigation, as it also happened to be a multi-million-dollar business, with its owner raking in millions of dollars over its short 2-year lifespan. WoWscape was monetized as egregiously as Blizzard monetizes their own game today, selling pretty much anything.
They're like, hold on, let us learn your ways. Okay, now we sue you into oblivion.
And everything that exists in the game, whether that be gold, gear, levels,
Private servers became
characters,
playable around
and
2008,
even items that
2009?
didn't exist.
I assume so. I never played one,
Custom-made
believe it or
item
not.
sets available for purchase for hundreds of dollars. They tried to legally circumvent this by labeling the purchases as donations to keep the servers running, and if you would make a purchase, a GM would teleport you to a private room, confirm the transaction, and then insert the items into your inventory. The server would mimic Blizzard's updates throughout the following months, with the owner, Peyton, enthusiastically reminding community members to donate at the end of every update post made on the forum. This would go on for years until, finally, the chickens came home to roost in 2009, where Blizzard, after a lawsuit, was awarded $88 million in damages, as well as the server being forced to shut down.
He flew way
As
too close to
dramatic
the
as
sun.
It also sent up a flare within the community, and it raised a lot of eyebrows, as for many, the motivation for running these servers had started to become monetary in nature, which only further increased tensions within these communities, as players were no longer guests. They were commodities at this point with...
And that's why I always remind people, because I've been playing private servers, not World of Warcraft, I've been playing private servers of video games, varied video games, for my entire life. Because obviously I was a poor kid, I didn't have access to like credit cards and all that stuff. So naturally, private servers is all that I had, from MU to MapleStory and everything in between, Silk Road, whatever you name it. Okay, I played it. And all of these servers were there to scam you out of your money. Progress was nearly impossible unless you actually made donations. It is a very known thing, and that's how it always been. That's why whenever someone is clowning on TurtleWoW, I always look at them with like a weird eye, like, brother, TurtleWoW was one of the good ones. They actually didn't scam you out of your money. You didn't have to pay them a dime. You didn't get anything. Everything was available from the very start. And you know, at least obviously I'm not like advocating for private servers. They're illegal. I'm fully aware of that. But TurtleWoW pretty much didn't do anything wrong on that regard. I always known that private servers are just there to scam you out of your pocket. TurtleWoW was one of the good guys.
More at stake, DDoSing and other forms of sabotage, which were already present, accelerated as server runners would see lucrative potential in providing a server for Blizzard refugees. Even decades later, things would continue like this until another critical moment. On August 21st, 2009, Blizzard would announce the third expansion for the game, the Cataclysm.
Yes.
After much anticipation, the leader of the Black Dragonflight, Deathwing, was back, and as he would reshape the world itself, Blizzard would reshape their entire game. Old zones would be renovated, classes would be homogenized even further, as would loot. Many RPG elements core to the old versions of the game were removed. From top to bottom, Azeroth, as players know it, was getting a complete makeover. It was also at this point in all of its history that they had reached their peak in subscriptions, an astonishing 12 million. But as it would soon turn out, shortly after, for the first time since its release in 2004.
Because the trailer was good.
They started to lose subscribers, and it wasn't really due to another big MMO. And
by the way, understand how crazy it is for a video game to peak at the end of its lifespan. You don't have any idea how important and insanely difficult that is to do. To peak at the end of the life cycle of your game is nuts, and Blizzard managed to pull this off. Usually, like, there's a huge bust towards the end and everyone just quits. Here, it's slow but steady uprise until the next expansion. That is insane. It never happens almost.
Entering the scene and taking players away. Rather, it just seemed that players had simply begun to lose interest. This would prove to be a pivotal moment, not just for Blizzard, but also, of course, for private server communities as well, because it was at this point is where the distance between the current version of the game and its vanilla origins took a tremendous leap. Old Azeroth at this point and many of its supporting RPG features were now lost forever, and there were now many who yearned to relive the old vanilla version of the game in the only place that still offered it, private servers, which had started to see a surge in popularity. A few servers emerged as the frontrunners, such as Vanilla Gaming in 2009 and Phoenix in 2010. Although the servers had come a long way from their origins,
Kata was
they still
the
had
end
a
too
host
much
of
changed?
issues in
I
its
assume so.
Scripting, mob pathing, loot table.
Like, that's why I always say, like, Cataclysm shouldn't have happened. Like, the World of Warcraft should have ended in Wrath of the Lich King. It should have quite literally ended with the Lich King. And if you wanted to do Cataclysm, you could have done this, like, thousands of years into the future. And that way, you could have given us, like, new heroes, new stories, but the same world. It could have been a spiritual successor. But you should have let the original Warcraft story die with Wrath of the Lich King.
Damage values, dungeon events were missing, and there were many quests that required GM intervention to complete, as the scripting of the game just wasn't quite there yet. Beyond game issues, cheating was rampant, hackers were abundant, as were bots, as well as
Wait, he's talking about retail or the private servers?
obvious corruption, where GMs would generate items for players in exchange for real-life money, much like WoWscape before
It's like he's
it,
describing
but
retail.
instead behind closed doors. And beyond this, there are also cases where they would ban people, not because they really broke any of the rules, but because they simply didn't like them. But they still offered something
That's retail. That's retail.
that Blizzard wasn't at the time.
1-to-1.
Vanilla World of Warcraft, and as retail would continue in a direction
I told you they were
further away
learning.
from the 2004 hit, these private servers would only grow in popularity, with each new release eclipsing the last. Phoenix in particular, many people know as one of the major servers of the era, launching shortly after Cataclysm's release, and serving players for over a decade, and kind of broke new ground in terms of population. This was many people's first experience with private servers for the game, and like with previous servers, it did suffer from its share of controversies, as administrators were often credibly accused of selling in-game items and gold to individual players. Regardless, it was clear, despite the fact that these private servers weren't effectively advertised en masse, and despite the major issues with glitches, bugs, corruption, and infighting, people were still finding them and playing them. They were very much going out of their way, often to pretty sketchy third-party websites in order to play past versions of the game. And for vanilla in particular, there's just something about it that was just magnetic and timeless. This is where private servers would transform from an annoyance to Blizzard to being influences on the development of their game in major ways. Although these private servers offered a technically playable experience, there are still those who are unhappy with their quality, or they were unwilling to go to a third party, and so the only option left was to campaign Blizzard. They thought, if these servers can be run independently by all of these random groups, why can't Blizzard make them? Clearly there's a demand for them, and so around this time it started to become more and more frequent that people would request not only a vanilla version of the game, but also of its past expansions, which had also started to be explored more within the private server community. This would create something of a faction war within the Blizzard community. Vanilla versus current. You had fans who had become jaded, and they disliked the more modernized version of the game, versus those who dismissed these gripes as nostalgic and misguided. As for Blizzard themselves, they would also disregard these pleas and remain quite firm that
You know, it's very interesting to see this notion started even back in the day. Like, they didn't even had it worse as we do now with retail. Like, everyone knows pretty much, I think after Shadowlands, every single person lost hope in retail. Every single capable person, you know, capable of critical and rational thinking, pretty much looked at Shadowlands and went like, yeah, Blizzard is officially gone. But it's kind of interesting to see it started even before that. It's very interesting.
either it was impossible to do,
maybe the gap was too big,
anymore, or the players were confused and they didn't know what they were asking for. Something that would be parroted many times, as the current faction would create this copy-paste called the Wall of No, containing several paragraphs of why vanilla servers would never happen and why that's a good thing, so we can get awesome expansions like, you know, BFA and Shadowlands and stuff. The
of
whole
course.
thing got insane.
The retail purists,
as internet nerd fights often are, and the community had begun to split in a substantial way, and any discussion surrounding vanilla servers would quickly devolve into flame wars and toxicity.
Which expansion you think the schism between the players happened? I'm interested, because as you know me, I came in Warlords of Draenor, because that's the first expansion where I was 18 and I got my first credit card and I was actually able to purchase World of Warcraft, which, by the way, was my first purchase on my credit card, Warlords of Draenor. Can you imagine? Yeah, I wasted the first doubloons I ever got to be inside of my garrison and do table missions. Incredible. Truly, such a magnificent choice. Kata was the end. It changed too much. I see that. Oh wait, I read that. I'm stupid. Sorry. Hey, thank you for the follow.
Have you
It's a
ever
lot.
thought about adding servers for
BFA? No, it happened before BFA. BFA was like a really odd expansion. BFA is like way too far out there. I stopped playing after Wrath. Based. I think for many players it was Cataclysm. I think for many players it was Pandaria. I think Pandaria was like the expansion that people kind of looked at and went, damn, what is this Kung Fu Panda garbage? Like, what is this Disney Pixar slop? I think this is where it all started. Because Cataclysm trailer, and generally from what I heard people speaking about Cataclysm, they said a lot of ideas were noble. Some of the new zones were great. But just the raids fumbled and like endgame content. And my friend who's an avid, well, he used to be an avid World of Warcraft player, he really enjoyed the dungeons. So I think Cataclysm was kind of iffy, but definitely Mists of Pandaria. I think retail began at Pandas. Lots of players quit at Wrath. Yeah, because the story reached its culmination, right? Okay, Arthas died. Every loose end is pretty much now, well, not every loose end, but most of them are like, okay, pretty much neatly closed. So there's nothing to go from here. I do get that, but I think like Pandas. Yeah, okay. Oh, I got mixed up with releases. Yeah, Pandas. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, you redeemed yourself.
expansions as they were then?
Yeah, I will say I still listen to Mist of Pandaria soundtrack to this day. It's literally one of the best.
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
Why do we have to hear it again?
Remember when you had to like spam cities and
Need
say,
a tank,
need
need
a
a
tank,
tank.
need a tank
I
during
remember
the Burning
this.
Crusade days? You don't remember that because
In
now you just push a
2013,
button that
things
says,
had reached something of a climax. During a Q&A panel for an upcoming expansion, The Warlords of Draenor, a fan asked the developers on the possibility of vanilla servers.
No.
It was quite clear. The developers themselves had become annoyed and maybe even insulted by the players.
Man, it's crazy. Ian used to had air. It's nowadays you see him every time he resurfaces, he has like 3 hairs less. It's crazy, dog. Like he's cooked. He's done. I think once he reached full baldery, guys, something's going to happen within Blizzard.
Wishes to play what they dismissed as archaic and inferior. Come on, what's wrong with this game? This expansion's going to be our best one yet. The answer was something that the vanilla player base had become accustomed to. It was dismissing and condescending, but more importantly, it would also serve as a rallying cry of sorts, and some
That's not hair,
towards
it's
this
hope.
moment as the most pivotal for the private server community. This would manifest in the mid-2010s with a variety of private servers, such as Chronos, Nostalrius, and many more.
Wow,
attempting
okay,
to
I remember
emulate
that
the
one.
1.12 patch as closely as possible, while at the same time avoiding the temptation of tainting the experience with cash shops like the previous servers had done. At this point, the retail version of the game had become quite heavily monetized, which
Yes.
made it unappealing for a certain percentage of the player base.
Bobby
so it
needed
became more
them
and more
yachts.
important for the community to have a server that's uncorrupted with RMT. So all of this, combined with being timed well, was enough to set new records of activity. The server still had major issues.
Damn.
Timed well was enough to set
You know this guy's a real G whenever you see that Bandicam logo. God, it brings back so many good memories. Well, also some kind of bad ones.
new records of activity. The server still had major issues, largely due to hosting such a large player base at this point, such as rollbacks, raid IDs resetting after the servers crash, and other pretty impactful glitches. But yep, people played, and Nostalrius in particular rose to the top, reaching a record-breaking 800,000 registered accounts, which was an absolutely astronomical number that no server had even come close to reaching. However, unfortunately for Nostalrius, their success ended up being their downfall, as they had become popular enough to attract the attention of Blizzard, who would send them a cease and desist, as well as detectives knocking on their doors in late hours of the night.
I personally had a private investigator hired to track me down by a legal firm that represents Blizzard. He called numerous people in my life, including my employer, my owner of my company, to confirm information about me so he could serve me papers at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday night, slamming and knocking on the door, freaking the crap out of my wife, and waking up my baby daughter in the next room.
Under the threat of lawsuit in 2016.
And by the way, this is a very common scare tactic. It's what big corporations do, and this should be reprimanded. This should not be legal. This should be like it's so stupid. I know, because I'm kind of just shouting into the void, because at the end of the day, like Blizzard and all of these massive corporations, they're backed up by the government, and nothing will be done about this. But this is not okay, and everyone should know that.
They were forced to shut down, which would only fuel the flames. The player base was irate because the situation was as follows. Blizzard refused or wasn't able to produce it. They dismissed players who wanted it in a condescending way, and they're now actively shutting down
That's
the
an
people
old
who were
meme.
providing it. Although they were, of course, 100%
I've
within
been
their
there.
legal right to do so. The private server community certainly wasn't too happy at the
Yeah, but this is a Blizzard product. You're right. Next time they should just like bring a bobcat and just ram into his house, because it's a Blizzard product. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, obviously, he should have been served papers. I'm not saying like anything otherwise, but brother, at least like be sensible about it.
this moment. It would go on to sign a petition for Blizzard to finally recreate a vanilla version of the game, as there was an obvious market for it, and it would reach hundreds of thousands of signatures. They continued to apply pressure. Blizzard would respond with the suggestion of what they called pristine realms, which would be different rule sets of the current game, which was Legion at the time, such as turning off all level acceleration bonuses such as heirlooms, boosts, disabling the WoW token, as they had felt that these services damaged the original design philosophy of the classic game. Hold on to this thought, because it becomes very important later on. This too was not received well, as the old world would still be missing, as it was post-Cataclysm era. The class balance would still be current, as well as a plethora of other retail design
Man, I
philosophies
remember
that would
this
negatively
factory. It
impact
was
vanilla.
so bad.
It was seen as a half measure. However, as the saying goes, there must always be a Lich King, and at this point other servers would come in to serve the displaced player base. Chronos would relaunch as Chronos 2, providing the same experience as Chronos 1, but just a fresh relaunch and a new start for the refugees from Nostalrius. But behind the scenes, throughout all of this friction, there was some interesting news, as after Nostalrius was shut down, Blizzard had actually invited some of the staff to their headquarters in California for a meeting. No one knew what was said in this meeting. Some speculated legal proceedings, and some of the more hopeful people anticipated a big announcement in the near future, as it was quite a momentous occasion with Blizzard to actually extend a hand out and work directly with private server groups. Beyond the front of retail World of Warcraft, however, yet another controversy was brewing within the private server community, and it would be one that would forever shake the trust of the players and question the motivation of administrators who claim to operate on the principles of a pure love for the game.
Interesting. Okay. Elysium. I don't know this one.
Past week or so, I've been investigating with people what's going on at Elysium, because there's been some fishy, shady shit. And all week I've been called a drama wama. You know, I need to get out of my mom's basement and get a wife. All of that. And today I guess we can prove those people wrong.
You played on this server? Really? Is it any different?
But he was an admin on Elysium, and he was corrupt. And now here's the interesting part I want to talk about, guys. This is why the battle is won, but the war isn't over.
Oh, that scared me. Holy crap. Dude, oh, I love this soundtrack from The Matrix.
Although Nostalrius was the most popular
My God.
vanilla private server during the time, it certainly wasn't the only one, and from its ashes arose Elysium. At that year's BlizzCon in 2016, Nostalrius urged players to bring up private servers in the Q&A sections
Oh, the head of Elysium is the same who was the head of Turtleow?
in order to
Wow.
put more pressure on them to release
Okay, that's
an official
interesting.
vanilla
I didn't
server
know that.
themselves. Surprisingly, this did get a response from Blizzard, although it wasn't what they were hoping for, as they stated ahead of time on social media that they wouldn't be discussing it. Now rebuffed, this would cause Nostalrius to actually send out their source code and player character data and account information to Elysium, to effectively serve as a massive transfer to keep them going in spirit. Already on the precipice of deep legal trouble, it's believed that Blizzard responded swiftly and aggressively, as shortly after, Nostalrius quickly changed their tune, and were like, oh, whoa, hang on, actually. Yeah, if Elysium could maybe
why would
just
you
not
ever
do that,
announce such a
please,
thing?
That would be great. However, with the massive void now in the private server community and the potential to take the crown right in front of them, Elysium was essentially like Gondor in Lord of the Rings, where, you know, he takes that shit when they're supposed to throw it in the volcano. I don't know. I watched that movie once, like 10 years ago. I don't really remember what happened. But in an interesting plot twist, tensions arose between the two. And Elysium said that 52% of the accounts from Nostalrius switched over. But Nostalrius replied, saying that only 10% switched. And in kind of a competition, Elysium also released their own source code in a show to allude that they didn't need Nostalrius' help because theirs was more soundly developed, I guess. Petty squabbles aside, though, for the player base, it became the next home for Vanilla. Nostalrius had become the martyr, and Elysium became the project to carry on the torch. Thousands of players rallied under its banner, guilds reformed, leveling zones filled up, and the community, despite everything, kept going. But behind the scenes, things were not as they seemed. As tensions between players and Blizzard were at an all-time high, Elysium rallied behind the fact that they were the good guys doing this for the love of the game, and that was kind of the whole pitch. Blizzard had not only abandoned Vanilla, but they were the bad guys hunting down the poor, wholesome private server groups, and these volunteers, developers, and community figures were preserving it.
I really wish to understand what Blizzard's true reasoning was behind not giving Classic experience. I really wish nowadays, because, you know, it's kind of funny in hindsight to see, like, you know, in retrospect, how stupid they were, and Blizzard themselves have realized this, and now we have like 4 different versions of Classic. But at the time, I really wish to understand why. Like, why they were so vehemently aggressive towards players who just wanted to like play Classic again. I truly don't understand that. It's easy money. Everyone knew it was easy money. People literally told them, I will resub if you give me that. And they still looked at it and went like, nah, we don't want that, chief. Oh, why? Why? Yeah, what is
this
that?
Image would begin to crack when accusations started swirling around involving 2 of Elysium's administrators, Shenna and Krog. The allegations were
Shenna.
quite severe.
This is the one
that
you're talking
these
about.
People with high-level access to the server were selling gold. They were spawning and selling characters, copying high-ranking PvP characters. They were doing deals with gold sellers behind the scenes and interfering with and obfuscating the logs that would have exposed what was going on to other administrators of the server. So, these
average
people
private server
who were
behavior.
supposedly running this pure community-driven passion project were being accused of running the exact kind of real money trading operation that many players had grown to dislike about modern World of Warcraft, and was the very reason that they joined private servers in the first place. One of these early accusers was a content
Everyone
creator
wants a
known
share
as
of the
Alex
pie.
Sensual, who's a controversial figure within the World of Warcraft.
They sold people data, email for money? Wow, that's crazy. And by the way, for that exact reason, that's why many people to this day don't trust private servers. And by the way, they are right to do so. I completely understand why nobody in this day and age would want to do that, because now it's even worse. You thought maybe somewhat people got control over it? No. It just became 10 times worse.
Private server community.
Because now
He
you have,
made
like,
videos
crypto and
producing
stuff.
evidence supporting his claims of corruption, which would receive a very hostile reaction from the community. Most would simply dismiss him as attacking the project for attention and trying to unnecessarily stir up controversy. But as suspicious as it was all left up for speculation until there was something of a coup within the development team, where inside staff revealed that there was indeed gold selling, the selling of high-level characters, rank 14s, the unbanning of accounts for cash. There were unsuccessful attempts to delete the logs of all of this. Some damning chat logs came out, and supposedly there was also some alleged skimming of money from player donations that were advertised to be used to solely cover the cost of hosting the server. Shenna would reply in an emotional, expletive-laced rant in a post titled, "You want transparency? Here it is." She would defend the project, proclaiming that all of this was false, and ultimately to, quote, trust them or fuck off, it was deleted shortly after, as the community would refute her.
Source? Proof? Trust me, dude. Okay, that's how you know exactly it's a lie. On the nose, too. Yeah, I honestly couldn't care less about people having my data, so what if people figure out I'm into midgets? What it matters? Okay, so you could have just said that you were an Alliance player. It's fine. We understand. We get it. It's fine.
The rogue developers,
I mean, it's not fine. It's, you know, maybe one day you'll get better.
would then split off, make a copy of Elysium, and called themselves the Light's Hope Project, hosting copies of Elysium servers at first, before later relaunching fresh with a server called Northdale in 2018, as the communities picked up the pieces of yet another controversy. So, in essence, it was a complete train wreck. Kind of like a Game of Thrones episode, except everybody has autism. And at this point, there was such a spectacle surrounding it that the entertainment value had started to shift away from
played
actually
this one
playing the
too?
game
Have you
to
paid for a
watching
Blizzard
these
product?
various controversies unfold. And it was also during this time that
Or was
the
it, like,
game's
all
expansion
private?
started to get some more traction. These had existed for many years in the private server scene at this point, but with the exception of WoWscape very early on, they remained relatively niche compared to the main attraction, which was vanilla. There was another group called Warmane, which saw respectable...
We recently saw someone exposing Warman, and my god, the amount of money that flowed through the black market there is unparalleled. It was so good. It was such a great video. I uploaded it like a couple of days ago. You guys should check it out. It was really, really thorough, and he showed everything. You basically purchased everything through... how was it called? I think it was called coins. There was like a coin system, and they would deliberately delete 50% of all gold inside of the server under the guise of controlling inflation, getting out of control, out of proportion, and basically they pretty much pushed everyone on that server to invest all of their gold into coins. Real money currency. That was hilarious, dog. Like, they're insane. That was next level of greed.
success as well. This one,
I still think this is Bobby Kodak's side project.
one was monetized. However, it was in a
Yeah,
way
you buy
that
gear
was
on the
out in
site
open.
also, yeah, true.
The servers had queues in order to get in, which you could circumvent by paying for a...
Yeah, fake queues, by the way, inflated with bots, but if you pay $10, you don't have any queue. Interesting, huh? Really weird. Really weird.
premium
Create a problem, sell a solution.
account. There was also a cash shop, or donation shop, as it's always labeled in private servers, and they would see interest in not only the vanilla version of the game, but also on their Outland server, which was based around the Burning Crusade. Then, as was common within the private server community, a usurper came and challenged the throne. Felmist/Gummies was an upcoming Burning Crusade private server that essentially promised the world, including being 99% scripted, 4 years of development behind it, no monetization, and low latency for US-based players, as the servers would be hosted in the United States. The controversy here was the latter. On one hand, it was appealing, as at this point, private servers were historically hosted across the pond in places like Russia, as they are
Yes.
legally harder to reach for the California-based Blizzard Entertainment, although they aren't completely immune. Hold on to that thought, it becomes important later. But people planted their banners, either Warmane or Felmist. They squabbled on community websites such as Reddit. It became one of the most highly anticipated private servers during the time. It launched, and within 5 hours they announced that it was going to be shut down after a cease and desist letter from Blizzard Entertainment. Or at least that's what they claimed. There's a theory that it was faked to get out of it, as they'd kind of bit off more than they could chew. There's also another controversy, as there was a hidden Felmist server that allowed a select few chosen people to play. Yeah, a private server, but things eventually fizzled out as yet another blow had been dealt to the private server community. However, meanwhile, in the background, something was stirring at Blizzard Entertainment.
Oh, we're getting there. This is the difficult part, boys.
Ice cream.
This.
Ice cream is great.
Ice cream is one of my favorite desserts. Personally, I love chocolate.
It's so cringe.
And I love cookies and cream.
It's so cringe.
Cookies and cream is actually my all-time favorite dessert. But I understand that for some of you, your favorite flavor is vanilla.
Everyone knew. Everyone knew. At this point, like, they knew.
On November 4th, 2017, 13 years after its initial release and 1 year after the Nostalgia shutdown, at that year's BlizzCon, J. Allen Brack, the same developer who in 2013 dismissed the fan for asking for vanilla servers, announced the existence of World of Warcraft Classic. After
Yes.
finding the backup of a...
It's like Blizzard has no integrity or backbone whatsoever. Imagine.
backup from an ex-employee. They had found some critical data that they said was stopping them from making Classic, and so the team had begun to work on it. The release would work
Unemployed.
as follows.
Yeah.
It's vanilla World of Warcraft with the old world, the old quests, class balance, as it was in the final patch 1.12, with some progressive content releases to roughly mirror the original cadence of updates, such as Battlegrounds, Dungeons, and raid releases for the most major, as well as item and recipe changes for the more minor. They would advertise all of the charm of vanilla, and also the lack of features that conflict with it, such as dungeon finders, raid finders, and perhaps most importantly, microtransactions. The fanbase erupted. After over a decade, Official Classic was going to be a thing, which was great for Blizzard fans, but not the best news for private server fans, as one of their main draws was the fact that Blizzard wasn't offering the original experience. And so with Official Classic on the horizon, many would slowly shut down due to a lack of interest. However, when one door closes, another one opens, and it did usher in a new era for the private servers. Classic Plus. Many players got what they wanted, the Official Classic, which was eventually bastardized with gameplay destroying monetization, which they promised would not come. Told you so, by the way. But the vanilla experience came and went, and there were two directions that Blizzard had open to them. They could either continue down the original line of expansions, such as the Burning Crusade, Wrath, and so on. This was the safe option, as just like with vanilla.
It was the easiest thing to do. Just sell the same rehashed thing we had over the years that is known to pull players in, that is known to be successful, and do no effort whatsoever. Of course Blizzard chose that route. Of course. Why would they ever create anything new when we've seen how retail is doing?
The private server community had already shown that there was a demand for recreations of these past expansions, particularly the first two, or alternatively, they can make a Classic Plus. Although no one can really agree on exactly what it is, there are some generalizations that you will commonly see when people discuss it. Collectively, for the most part, it's to stay in the old world, the Eastern Kingdoms and Kalimdor, often at level 60, and content and updates are added in the spirit of vanilla, such as new dungeons, raids, sometimes classes, class balance changes, new professions, quest zones, battlegrounds. Popular suggestions include content that the original developers had planned, but had scrapped due to time constraints, or saved for re-envisionings and later expansions. As history showed, Blizzard would opt for the safe route, and they just went down the line of expansions once more. As of this video, they're in Mists of Pandaria, which was one of the expansions that created the desire for Classic to begin with, and the extremely low population reflects that. Who would have thunk it? Oh yeah, I did. And a side effect to this is that they once more left this void, and they were failing to provide a game mode that was in high demand, which opened the door once more for these private servers to step in. There have been a few different entries, the most popular of which were Turtle WoW and Ascension, launched in 2018 and 2016 respectively. Turtle and Ascension, over the course of about a decade, carved out their own little communities within the Classic Plus scene, providing what was described earlier, new zones, dungeons, raids, professions, and so on. Both of these servers, like their predecessors, were fairly monetized, operating on the same donation system first used by WoWscape, where users donate for account service.
Ascension isn't fairly monetized, by the way. I don't know what he's talking about. Turtle, 100%. Turtle, you don't have to give a dime. Ascension is so aggressively monetized. Retail WoW probably took some notes. And it's like no shade to Ascension. Obviously, the server itself is like great. It's popping off. I'm glad for it. And some of the features are amazing. It's super aggressively monetized. To claim anything else just makes you look like an idiot.
Is quality of life and also character
It
power.
just, it's not
using
true.
the term donation.
No shade to
in
Matt
order
Season
to
Show.
jump
Like, he's a
this
great
legal
dude, but
hurdle to try to stay out of Blizzard's sights.
he is mistaken on this
Slowly
one.
but surely, especially as Official Classic exited the golden era of the game with Cataclysm, these Classic Plus private servers would only grow in popularity. Turtle in particular became extremely popular, so much so that their hubris kind of got the better of them and they started poking the bear in snarky social media posts. Eventually, like many others before them, they grew big enough that Blizzard would send them a cease and desist letter threatening legal action if they failed to comply. Despite the precedent set by WoWscape many years earlier, they ended up ignoring the letter, which resulted in Blizzard launching an official lawsuit against them, even going as far as to cite a RICO charge, as they alleged that Turtle WoW was this international crime organization. They went on to say that they generated millions of dollars through their donation system, and in a plot twist of the century, it was alleged in the lawsuit by Blizzard that Torda, the administrator of the server, was Shenna, the controversial figure from Elysium who was allegedly involved with selling gold characters and skimming donations. Turtle WoW would initially stand their ground, telling their community that they were there to stay, and they continued to roll out new content patches, and they also made a public letter to kind of reach out to Blizzard to come to some sort of compromise where they could work together.
I think this letter was more of a last hurrah to galvanize their single audience, like every single one of their audience and fans, to just kind of poke at Blizzard. Because at the end of the day, I think what Turtle tried to achieve is Blizzard making it real. I think they wanted to be integrated into Blizzard official crew, and they wanted to work on Classic Plus. That's what I think, in all honesty, they wanted from Blizzard. Now, obviously, they weren't going to get it because Blizzard hubris is skyrocketing every single minute, and Blizzard is never going to admit that their fans upstaged them. Never. They would let the entire company and game crash and burn than admitting that they were wrong. So that's why it would never work. But I'm glad they wrote this letter regardless. I love Turtle WoW. I always love Turtle WoW. I'll miss it a lot. And man, I really wish that Blizzard would create something that is remotely similar to it, but I know that I'm just deluding myself here. I know that.
Many were quite optimistic, believing them to be immune since many of the employees in the server itself were located outside of the United States and therefore out of Blizzard's reach. However, this ended up not being true, as eventually Blizzard was able to put enough pressure on them, resulting in Turtle WoW announcing their shutdown. With Turtle WoW now out of the picture, Blizzard would then set their sights on Ascension WoW, who also ignored the preemptive cease and desist letter. The lawsuit contained many of the same fixings as Turtle WoW, with the main difference being is that many of the employees, including, as Blizzard alleges, the masterminds behind the server, being located in the United States, so the protections that ultimately weren't enough for Turtle WoW exist even less for Ascension, and it's not looking too good right now. They haven't made any public statements and have continued releasing updates about the game.
They've deleted that video, by the way. It has been privatized. It's not online anymore. I've checked.
Much like how Turtle WoW is doing.
I don't know why.
It's widely believed.
But they have. It almost got 1 million views.
The announcement is made that it
so maybe that's why.
Down in the midst of this, presumably because Blizzard is sending out cease and desists left and right, and witnessing the fate of Turtle WoW. More and more private servers have also announced their closure, and it's believed pretty widely by the community at this point that they're being quite active with these lawsuits due to an upcoming announcement of Classic Plus at this year's BlizzCon in 2020.
Oh, that's less than a month from now. My God. Okay, sorry, 2 months from now. Wow. So a month and a half. That's it. That's all we have to wait for the Classic Plus release. Reveal. Oh, fuck. Dude, I just want it to be good. I just want it to be good, man. I really just want to play World of Warcraft again. I already told you guys, I'm literally scrounging for anything I can put my hands on. I'm scraping by. I'm trying to make content here. Times are dire. They are. I just want to make a guild with all of you so we can raid together, but I want to do it fresh. I don't want to do it on TBC, which I already played. I don't want to do it in vanilla. I don't want to do it in Wrath of the Lich King even. I just want something new to play with you guys. That's all that I want. I really hope, yeah, this BlizzCon will be something. It will. It will. They gonna do something big. I can feel it.
26, which if true would mimic the situation in 2016 with Nostalrius being shut.
Yeah, imagine they go on stage and they're like, Holly Longdale, you're fired. And everyone like, yeah! Oh, that can be so good, man. Oh, please, God, make this happen. I will pray for this.
Down shortly before the announcement of official Classic.
It's either this or another Rainbow Dash event. I really hope it's not the latter.
And that is the rough history of World of Warcraft private servers. From lawsuits to shutdowns, corruption, donation shops, stolen code, fractured teams, rampant egos. It's about as messy and as dramatic as the history of Blizzard and World of Warcraft itself. However, as controversial as it is, it's also fascinating. It's always been more about than just piracy and playing the game for free. For many, they're their own online microcosms gathered around a game that they loved, but no longer existed commercially. They've certainly had their share of bad actors, but there were and still are many who simply love the world of Azeroth enough to spend years reverse engineering it, preserving it, rebuilding it, and sometimes completely reimagining it. Beyond this, their longevity seems to be inexorably inversely proportional to their quality. The better they are, the more popular they become, which puts them into Blizzard's unmerciful sights. And when they do inevitably collapse, both the game itself and the community surrounding it are scattered to the wind and are left to pick up the pieces for the next Lich King that inevitably takes up the crown, even in increasingly more and more legally dangerous environments. They've served and will continue to serve as a testing ground for player desire. Long before Blizzard was willing to admit it publicly, these private servers proved that there was a demand for vanilla World of Warcraft, and they proved that there's demand for the Burning Crusade, then Wrath, then Classic Plus, and next, who knows? Their influence is obvious. The conversations around old world design, slower leveling, server identity, no dungeon finder, fresh realms, and even Classic Plus didn't appear from thin air. For years, these private servers were the unofficial focus groups that Blizzard simply couldn't ignore forever. So, from mobless sandboxes, to barely playable messes, to a home for those yearning for the past, and for those excited for a new and different future. The history of World of Warcraft private servers isn't clean, but it is meaningful, and it's a critically important part of the game's legacy, and it's changed its history forever.
Damn. Wow. This video was so good. Holy, I'm gonna leave you guys a link, obviously in the description too, if you're watching this on YouTube as a video. My God, it's been such a goated video. I love Matt Season's show stuff so much. He's truly just the best at what he does. That was so fascinating. I mean, I did not expect private servers to predate the game itself. That kind of took me by surprise. I guess Blizzard always had problems with like data miners, so it's just interesting to see. You know, it's funny how it went from blog posts to, you know, a little bit more tactical. You had all of these shady websites. I'm not gonna lie, I actually remembered some of them, but it's just kind of funny to see. I never played any. For some reason, I never played a private server for World of Warcraft for more like 5 minutes or something. So that was a very, very good video to see. I enjoyed that. It was a nice one. So anyway, guys, it's been 3 hours and 20 minutes. Now, usually I stream for 4 hours on the dot, but today I had a really fucking hard day at work, and then I had to come home and I had to do something really long and tedious, and I never got my my beauty sleep. That's why I'm kind of a little bit out of focus. I don't know if you paid attention. Hopefully you didn't. So I'm going to call it a little bit earlier today. Thank you for all of you who subbed today, who followed. Really, I couldn't appreciate you guys more. It's been my absolute pleasure and honor to host you here. I hope I'll see you tomorrow and the day after. It's been a blast. It's been a phenomenal stream. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to join the Discord. Don't forget to sub on YouTube if you haven't already. And of course, recommend me videos you want me to see. If they're video game related, obviously. I'm not going to watch like any non-video game related videos. If you want to recommend me something, make sure to do it on Discord. Thank you guys so much. Wallopus, you're here. Kick W. So, anyway, thank you guys so much. Thank you. No 3 hours? Bruh, I've already streamed for 3 hours and 23 minutes. No Werewolves Meat stream? Oh shit, you're right. Let me fire up the game. Fuck no. I'm not playing Werewolves Meat today. I'm too tired. You know what's funny? The plan was to play Werewolves Meat today. And then I got fucked. I had so many things to do. I had like issues with the bank I had to solve for 2.5 hours. And I'm super tired. I'm super fucking tired. And I have to still edit the videos. I have to make thumbnails. I have to make shorts. Well, shorts I usually do on the weekends, but I kind of need to plan it out. And regardless, it's behind the scenes things. Play Sekiro again? Man, you really fell in love with Sekiro, huh? I told you. I told you. You should play Dark Souls. Listen, you listened to me once and I proved right. Why don't you listen to me twice, see what happens? Play Dark Souls. Trust me. Play it. Play Dark Souls Remastered. Do it right now. But yeah, let's wait, let me check something. Kick W? Exactly. Kick W. Make sure, let's see if anyone... Nope. Okay. Good. So anyway, thank you guys so much for a phenomenal stream. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all soon. It's been a blast.